Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore. That's my co-host, Charles Jackson. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. How you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm okay, man. Life's good. We got Summer League over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got some semi-news. Semi-news somewhat about your Pistons that could have happened, but, things didn't happen. So we're going to talk about that. But we're going to start off with, obviously, we're gonna start off with summer league. We're gonna start off with the summer league that happened. I swear I thought summer league started on Saturday, but it started on Friday. So the first game was obviously Heat and Spurs. It wasn't really no big names on the Heat and Spurs, but the Lakers and the Warriors, the gold team played, and your boy Yaxel Lindenberg played, and Cameron Carr. Sorry, and Cameron Carr played too. I do want to ask you, what was your thoughts on basically Yaxel Lindenberg's debut and Cameron Carr's debut?
Yeah, actually, he went perfect from the field. I thought him and Carr, I thought they both looked ready. Like they both look like they're ready to play NBA minutes right now. And to be honest with you, I don't have to see another game from neither one of them. I mean, no, I'm being dead ass because they don't look like they belong out there. They look like they're better than the competition. Cameron Carr, I think he is gonna have a chance to get minutes right away with that Lakers squad. Um, yeah, I like the way both of them look though. They both looked aggressive. They both look ready. They both looked in shape. Yaxel, he looks like he can do a little bit of everything on the floor. So him learning under Draymond and learning that Warrior system, I think it'll be really good for him this year, and I think he'll make an impact this year. So yeah, I like the way both of them look. And this is a shot at the damn Bulls because y'all had a chance to pick him at 15. They had a chance. And I guarantee you he gonna have a better rookie year than the dude that we picked. I don't even remember dude's name. That's how bad I don't like him.
Wasn't it
But I ain't got nothing
Dalen
against him.
Swain? Isn't it
Something like
Dylan?
that.
Is it Dylan or Dalen? It's one of them. Swain.
Something like that. Yeah.
You are right. The Bulls did have a chance. He was right there for them, and they chose to go with, to some maybe, I guess,
A
a
project.
better all. Yeah,
A
but to
project.
some thought he could be potentially an all around player, could score, can handle the ball, can rebound. So they chose with that guy. Yaxel Lindenberg looked really good. Not gonna lie, but hey, this is what happens when you stay in college for a decent amount of time, and when you're 20. I think, is he 24 years old? I
Same
think
age as
he.
Ant, because I think he was in that same class, so he's the same age as them.
Yeah, so around there, I thought he played good. 6 for 6, 4 for 4 from three.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 boards, 5 assists. I thought he played good. Was very aggressive. I was like, okay, maybe if LeBron doesn't go to the Warriors, I truly think he has a chance to start.
Not for sure.
My thing is Steve Kerr gonna trust a rookie to come into the game and start?
I mean, he really
That's
ain't no
the
rookie though.
that's true though. But NBA, he is a rookie. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we know about Steve Kerr. We saw it last couple of years with Jonathan Kuminga. I don't think he'll do what he did to Jonathan Kuminga. I just want to know, like, hey, what you see from Summer League, and especially you just said, hey, I don't need to see another game from him. So off this one game, can we trust you to come into the starting lineup, especially when we're basically gonna need you during the regular season? Like, it's not like this is a rebuild year. No, we actually need you to produce. So
Mm-hmm.
can he show
And he
Steve
damn near their
Kerr?
best bench player. He damn near, if he comes off the bench, he'll be their best bench player.
Low key though, I think he has a legit chance of starting. I truly do. Like, I mean,
I mean, while
we,
Jimmy out, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. While Jimmy's gone, while Jimmy's out probably until what, December, January, I think he has a chance to legit start. Like, let's look at the line. I'm just looking at the bench. Actually, I'm just looking at role players. Will Richard.
He's better. Hey, to be honest with you, he better than the AirPods right now. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
He's better. From what I've seen, he's better than the
Wow.
AirPods. Granted, AirPods is actually play NBA games, so you got to give him the benefit of the doubt of that. But just off the eye test, he looks better than AirPods.
Wow. AirPods gave you 13, 5, and 3 last year on 45 from the field. Gary Payton II. He's
Yeah,
probably
he better
better
than
than
him. Yeah, he's better than him.
DeAnthony Melton.
Mm,
Eh.
mm. I say probably on the same level. If not, he a little bit better, but it ain't no big difference.
LJ Cryer, who actually played
Yeah,
decent the other game. He played decent.
yeah,
And he was
he
good
better
at
than him.
Houston. So I mean, when you look at that, and Gil Santos,
Yeah, he's
who
better
didn't
than
have a
Santos.
bad year last year. I don't think he was.
He's better than Santos.
So I think from this, I think he has probably a little decent chance of starting. Not gonna lie, I
Mm-hmm.
think he played really good. Now when well, no, I was gonna say he might start the whole season even when Jimmy comes back because Jimmy has to work himself into basketball shape. He can't, off the rip, he's not gonna play 30 minutes. So there could be a chance he could start all year, but
Shit, I can see Steve Kerr moving Paz to the bench and putting
mm,
him at the 3 or the 4.
oh, Jimmy had two.
Mm-hmm. So they can have a big lineup, and then defensively they'd be really good.
Now if LeBron goes there, hey, you could be a real good bench player. I think you come
Mm-hmm.
off the bench and definitely get at least 13 points, maybe 12 points. So I think you could
Mm-hmm.
produce. Now Cameron Carr, that boy dog, he a dog. He a dog.
I would not be surprised if he ends up starting, bro. No cap.
Over
I would not be
who?
surprised. They starting small. I just seen they starting small forward.
I mean, it has to be like Quentin Grimes or Jake LaRavia.
Mm, let me go to my Twitter. I just seen a
Gotta
potential
be one
starting
of
lineup.
them.
Yeah, it's either Grimes or Laravia.
He
He can
damn near
start over.
probably better than Jake
He
LaRavia.
he is. He not starting over Grimes though, because Grimes just got that money. But he can start over. He can start it. If they playing bad, I could see JJ putting him in, giving him more minutes.
Is
Cause
he
he
gonna
looked
do
really
him like
good,
Dalton
bro.
Connect though?
Nah, I don't even think Dalton Connect is gonna sniff the court this year, bro.
That's
If he
crazy.
does, it's only because of injury. Cause he looked better than Dalton Connect did in summer league.
Bro. But remember, Dalton Connect was who had that little stretch his rookie year, then that was it. So is he better than Bronny?
No comment.
Is
Nah, but yeah, I think he better than Bronny.
he better than Jared Vanderbilt?
Yes, 1,000% yes.
He's better than Thero. Nick Smith
You know
still ain't
what's
still on the
crazy?
team?
Thero didn't. When I seen him hooping, he didn't look bad. Like I liked his energy. I like his athleticism. Um, it's just that he can't shoot. Either that or he was scared to shoot. It was multiple times where he had an open three and he did not take it. He chose to drive into the defense.
I like Cameron Carr. I thought that was a good pick, and I just hope that
Mm-hmm.
he can get into the rotation, especially obviously Rui's gone now. We're going to talk about that later. But now that he's gone, I think there's significant minutes for Cameron Carr to come in and like play. I mean, honestly, that the Lakers bench is not really that good. So I think he can really come in and probably could give you at least maybe close to 20 minutes a game and produce, like
Mm-hmm.
legit produce, especially like I don't know if you said it, but like he's playing with Luca now. Like Luca is gonna make life so much easier for him and Austin Reeves. So just be able to play defense, hit open shots, and be able to slash, cut to the rim. I think Cameron Carr can really
And he
help
can
the
do all that.
Lakers.
Yeah, he can. He can. That was a good pickup for them. That was a steal.
All right, now Saturday's games. We're gonna just go down the list. So let's start with the Grizzlies and the Thunder. Cameron Boozer made his debut with 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, a 7 for 11 from the field. Cedric Howard, I didn't think Cedric Howard was gonna play summer league. I thought he had a good rookie year, so I think he was a play. But he loves the hoop, so I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I'll say he
Yeah,
probably wanted to play.
yeah, he had 11 points. And then on the Thunder, Ade Amara, 10 points. He had 3 boards, 4 assists. Ben Sturts, 10 points, 3 for 6 from the field. And then Owa, he had 8 points. So those are the main rookie guys. So, what was your thoughts on Cam Boozer, Amara in their NBA debut, well, summer league debut?
With Cam, it could be just he hasn't played basketball in a couple of months, so he's a little rusty. Even though he did shoot for 11 from the field, I'm talking about like as far as conditioning wise, and stuff like that. But when I was looking at him, he's still, bro, he looks like a traditional four.
Yeah.
So him playing next to Zach Edey, I wonder how they're gonna fit. He's gonna have to play on the perimeter more for sure. But he got to work on his handle. He got to work on that 3-point shot a little bit more. But I thought he played an all around game. He's a better passer than I thought. He made the right reads. He made the right plays. So he's a decent passer. So I was surprised to see that. But other than that, yeah, the main thing I got from him, he's a traditional four. He's definitely a traditional four. He's a back down because it was like multiple times he was in the corner, and then he'd go down to the block or close to the block and try to post up. And it's like, bro, you gotta space the floor. Like you can't do that. This ain't Duke, bro. You gotta stay on the perimeter now. And you playing with Zach Edey, so you're gonna have to be more perimeter oriented. So but
Before you
yeah.
talk about the Thunder real quick, the fact that, like you said, he played like a traditional forward. The fact that the Jazz even thought about drafting him at number 2 when you have all those bigs and being a traditional forward, is like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it wouldn't have made sense. But a Amara, I low key don't think a Amara ready, bro. Because ain't no way you the tallest guy out there. He only gave you 3 boards.
He did 3 boards
Dog, there is no way.
in 22 minutes.
And you only gave me 10 points. Like, I ain't mad at the 10 points, because like I said, y'all ain't hooped in some months. I give you the benefit of the doubt of being rusty. But as the games go on, you definitely need to play better. But that 3 boards, bro, that ain't gonna fly. Y'all already got one guy like that in Chet Holmgren. Y'all don't need two. y'all don't need two, dog. Y'all don't need two. But he had a nice little turnaround fade that was pretty decent. But other than that, I need him to play better, bro. I don't think he as from that first game, like I said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But looking at that first game, he didn't look ready. He didn't look ready at all.
He might need a little time, but it's only one game. They're gonna play like probably 3, 4, 5 more summer league games, and we'll see. I think he probably improved. I think he actually is going to play like the whole summer league,
He
which he
needs to.
should, and then obviously he trains for the rest of the offseason, gets to training camp. I mean, I think I honestly expect this to be like close to a redshirt year this year for him, because you brought back Hartenstein. We probably thought that was a little bit of surprising when you drafted him, but it is what it is. Hartenstein's good big, so I have no problem with that. Obviously, you still got Chet, and then you have Jalen Williams, who was good in the playoffs. Like, he was really good in the playoffs last year. So I think he probably just needs some time to learn from OKC. Just train, just practice with them all year. Probably be in the G League a decent amount of times. I think he'll be ready, but at least they have insurance, and also they got the other big that didn't play that towards what was it, ACL?
Sober.
Yeah, so you
Sober.
got all these bigs. So I think he'll be okay, but it might, like you said, it might take him just a little bit
Hey,
more.
what happened to Topic? Is he hurt again?
I have
I
no
think
clue.
he is. I think
What
he's
is he?
hurt again. Because he should definitely be playing in summer league, dog.
Let me see what they got.
I think he has surgery on something else. That boy
You know
stay
what? I
hurt.
think you did. I think he did have a surgery though. Nikola Topin underwent successful spine surgery in June of
Yeah, bro.
2026 to repair a herniated disc. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it will keep him sidelined for the summer league. It's an incredibly unlucky start to his NBA career that previously saw him
Yeah,
miss the rookie season with a torn ACL and second season due to testicular
it's a wrap,
cancer.
bro. It's a wrap, bro. His career is a wrap, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn, you think it's a wrap for him?
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
He
yeah,
ain't had a
back surgery.
chance to play in the NBA for real, for real. He always hurt. Like, it's a wrap.
Well, they said he is suspected to be ready for the start of training camp. They
Nah,
did say
dog.
that. Because they drafted him in the lottery. It's just, I forgot which pick. Let me see. They drafted him with the 12th pick. 12
Yeah, I
picks.
say he's lottery. That was a waste of a pick.
I mean, I
Granted,
feel like
they ain't know he was gonna be like that though. He's been unlucky for
I
sure.
mean, that was a best available. That was kind of a project best available pick though, because I mean, obviously you have Shea, you have like a lot of guards. So
Hmm.
I mean, so it's not that bad. Now Cam Boozer, I thought Cam Boozer played. I thought he played pretty decent. Like I think he gonna be good. I really think he's gonna be like decent.
Be
I
solid.
would
He's gonna be a
I
solid
would
NBA player.
I think he's gonna lead them in scoring for the Grizzlies. Like I mean, because like you basically got projected starting lineup: Ty Jerome, Jalen Wells, Jeremy Grant, or whoever, Cedric Howard, Cam Boozer, Zach Edey. I think he can be probably their best player, probably honestly their best scorer on that team next this coming up year. So I think he's going to be able to eat and have the freedom to do a lot of things. Like they're rebuilding. Like I would not be shocked if somehow he wins Rookie of the Year. I would not be shocked. I know AJ is going to be the favorite, but I would not be shocked if Cam Boozer wins though.
Hey, Darius A Cuffs look good too, dog.
Oh, we gonna talk about that.
Man,
We gonna talk about that.
and Aaron Peterson, like man, dog.
Nobody
This
really
rookie
played.
class is good.
Nobody really played in that Bucks Warriors game. So Jazz and the Bucks went into overtime. Jazz won 103-102. Kingston Flemings made his debut with 14 points, 4 for 16. He had 9 assists. He was 2-5 from 3. But the man of the hour, Darren Peterson, 28 points, 11 for 21, 4 for 7 from the 3. He did have 8 turnovers, but he did have the 28 points. And then your guy, Ace Bailey, chipped in with 10 points, 6 boards. He was 4 from 8 from the field. So I want to ask you, what was your thoughts on Darius? I
Man,
mean,
hey,
not Darius, on Darren Peterson and Kingston Fleming's debut.
I'm not mad if they shut him down the entire summer league. I do want to see him
I
versus
want to
AJ
see.
though. I want to see him versus AJ, but other than that, dog, they could shut him down, bro. Because he looks ready. Like I didn't expect him to go out there and damn near drop a 30 ball. I thought he was gonna get like close to 20, like 2022 or something like that, but I did not think no 30, dog. And he made it look so easy. You know what I mean? It looked like, man, I've been waiting to do this for I don't know since my senior year of high school. Like he was prepared, his shot looked really great. The separation he was getting on shots, his finishing ability. I thought he played really really well, really really well. And Ace Bailey looks like he got a little bit bigger and got a little bit stronger. His moves look a little bit more polished. He looks a lot better as well. So does Cody Williams. Cody Williams looked good too. He looked comfortable handling the ball. He had a couple of highlight dunks. So he looked good too. He looked like all three of them look like they ain't belong out there, if I'm being honest. Um, and then with Kingston Flemings, he looked good defensively. Like I said, this is a lot of guys' first time playing basketball in a couple of months, so it looked like he was a little bit rusty. His shot wasn't falling. Um, he hit a big, well, it wasn't even a three that counted as a two, but he hit a big shot in the end that I thought would have tied the game. Well, we all thought that tied the game up. Um, but it looked like he's struggling against size though. Like it was a couple of times where he was going against guys taller than him, and he tried to shoot over and get his shot off on them, and they got blocked. And I think that comes with watching film. But other than that, I didn't understand why they were playing him off ball. Like y'all drafted him to be y'all point guard, but yet y'all had another guy bringing up the ball the entire game. Why wouldn't I didn't understand why they wasn't just letting him run point guard. I don't know if that was to like one, it's the first game of summer league, so we gonna let everybody, get everybody else a shot first because he gonna play in Vegas. Um, yeah, so I don't know why they was letting him play off the ball more. I would have wanted the ball in his hands for sure. But I thought he played okay. He didn't have the best game. I thought he played okay.
First game, been a
Hmm.
minute. I thought he played okay. Could be better, but it's nothing. It's nothing. It's summer league. It's nothing bad about it. This
Yeah.
is this is probably the highest level, obviously, until you get into actual NBA play. This is the closest level to the NBA right now. So it makes
Hmm.
sense why he didn't play good. But like you said with Darren Peterson, man, looks like in probably let's just say 4 years, man, he could be one of the best scorers in the NBA.
No cap.
Hey, I mean,
I still don't see Kobe though. I don't see Kobe.
that's what he was compared to, though. Like
I
all
don't see it.
college, hey, that's what they
Probably the
compared him to.
mentality, but game wise, I don't see it. I can't figure out. I haven't really sat down and thought about who he plays like yet, but I don't see Kobe.
I mean, 28 points, man. The 8 turnovers is it's summer league, but 2 assists. But he said in the post game, he said he didn't play that good. He said he gotta play better. And he probably do think he gotta play better. He said, hey, I gotta go watch film with Will Hardy tomorrow, and we gonna get right back at it and get better. So he has that mentality that look, I'm better than this. I could be better. Just gotta watch film and just keep practicing. But man, he looks like a dog. He truly does, and we know he's gonna start right away. I know you said you want to get rid of Keontae George, who is an assistant coach in summer league, but hey,
Hey, you know what's crazy? I low key think. I mean, well, Keontae. I low key think Keontae gone, G, because there's no use for him now. We seen how good De'Aaron Peterson plays. He's bigger, stronger. I don't know if he's faster, but he's bigger than him, and he low key kind of better. No cap.
oh my god,
No cap. My
hey,
man's had a 30 ball his first game out down there. Well, 28, but he down there 30 ball. Like, bro, nice. Like he's gonna have the ball in his hands. He's definitely running point guard for them. Keontae is
yeah,
not running point.
I was gonna ask that who because I Keontae isn't really a point guard, so I was like, who
Mm-mm.
is gonna be that
De'Aaron
ball
isn't
handler?
either.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I think none of them are really like obviously they handle the ball, but none of them are facilitators.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are like obviously they're not like a LaMelo, a pass first, could get everybody involved, make it easier for everybody. I think that's gonna be one of Utah's problem. How can we make things easier for say Jaren Jackson, Houston Nurses if he does start, or Ace Bailey if he starts? Like, how are we gonna make things easier for our big guys? Because you know they're gonna run that super tall lineup. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
how can we make it easier for them? And I know hey, it's only been one game. I just don't know right now, at least, how they're gonna do that. But Will Hardy is a good coach. I think he'll figure
And
a
then
way out.
and then you gotta think about it, like at Kansas,
Mhm.
he didn't really have nobody to pass the ball to. And then with his first game in summer league, it's like I gotta show why I was a number 2 pick. So I can get why he wasn't passing as much. Um, but when they get to the regular season, those assist numbers are definitely gonna go up. He's not gonna
Mhm.
every game 2, 3 assists because you got too many guys that can put the ball in the basket on your team. So um I think Will Hardy's gonna sit down with him and let him know, like, hey, like I know you can, I want you to be the same De'Aaron Peterson you are, but you still got to get these other guys involved. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be solid, bro.
The next closest, well, 13. Well, Cody Woods attempted 13 shots, but he attempted most. The second most behind those two was 8. So,
Mm.
but he played good.
He put the pressure on AJ though. No cap. AJ gotta come out with a 30. Either AJ gotta come out with a 30 ball or he gotta have like 20, 10, and 10. Like he gotta have something else crazy. Like he put the pressure on AJ for sure.
We
It
definitely
was it was given like I should have been the number 1 pick. That's how he was hooping,
he
bro.
said, didn't you remember his post game after he got drafted? He said he basically felt like he should have been number 1. He's gonna remember that forever. He truly
Yeah,
does believe
bro.
he should have been number 1. And I got no problem with that whatsoever. Because I think you did. I think you had legit reason to be number 1, but I do feel like AJ was the better player. That's neither here nor there. But I understand why he feels that because he is a monster. So I have
Hmm.
no problem with that. Now, the last game on Saturday, your guy, Darius Acuff, he basically damn near put the pause on all them other guys on the Nets, man. All them little rookies, well, sophomores now. Darius Acuff had 25 points. Yes, it finished 9 for
He shot
29. It is
bad.
what it
Yeah,
is.
he shot
1 for
bad.
9 from the three. But man, that boy can ball. I can't say that.
Game winner.
So
He had a game winner too.
he did. So I thought that was the Nick Clifford. I thought
Yeah,
Nick
yeah,
Clifford
you
hit
right.
the
My
man.
fault. Yeah, my fault. You right.
Nah, it don't matter. So what's your thoughts on Darius Acuff NBA Summer League debut?
I thought he was rusty for the most part. I'm glad he went out there shot hunting. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see him shot hunt. I didn't want to see him pass the ball, but they was low key. The Nets was low key trapping him and doubling him. I said, "Damn, it's only summer league, dog. Like, let the man hoop. It's the first game." But I thought that first half, he shot terrible. But he picked up that second half. He got comfortable in that second half. He hit a couple of and ones. So that was good to see. I was kind of pissed that Mikael Brown Jr. didn't play. I don't know if he's still
Yeah.
hurt or they just waiting for Summer League to play him. I mean, not Summer League, Vegas to play him because that's where everybody gonna be at. Um, but I was kind of sad not to see him play. Igor looked good. He looked good. I like that. I think he developed this off season for sure. I just don't know how he gonna look with shot chucking Randall and MPJ, but um, I thought Acuff played really good. I thought he played really good. I thought he looked comfortable out there. Like I said, besides the rust, I thought he looked comfortable out there. He was able to get to his spots. But as the summer league goes on, I think he's gonna play better for sure. But I thought he looked good too. All the rookies look good so far, to be honest.
I know you gonna say I don't need to see no more, but we
No, no,
gotta see
no,
these
no, no,
guys play.
no, 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 no.
We
I need to
gotta
see. I
see.
want to see Darius Acuff more. I want to see him more. De'Aaron Peterson, I don't need to see nothing else. He can
I do.
sit, bro. Besides that AJ game, he can sit. I ain't got to see him play no more.
Question: Are the Nets gonna start Mikael Brown Jr. and Igor Denham in the backcourt? Gonna start both of them?
They should. I think they should. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
So
low key think though they gotta get rid of MPJ and Julius Randle for their development. They gotta get rid of them. I think they could be the backcourt because I think Igor's what like 6'8", ain't
Igor, let's see. I can check real quick. He's
he? Or
6'8".
he like 6'6". He like 6'6". He
I
could have
thought he was
grown.
6.
He could have grown.
I thought he was like maybe 6'6". I can check real quick though. Let's see. Brooklyn, Igor. Oh well, on
Yeah, he's
ESPN
6'8".
it does
He's
say
6'8",
6'8".
bro.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
ESPN it
bro.
does
He's
say
six
6'8".
eight. I
He'll
put
be
him at the
tall.
two. Mikhail's like 6'4", 6'5". So yeah, I'll put him at the point. Mikhail at the point. Him at the two. And then yeah, move on.
Yeah, Igor, Mikhail, shot chucking MPJ, shot chucking Julius, and Dayron Sharp. Mm.
I like Sharp though. He
I think
finally get
he's
a
decent.
chance to get some real minutes.
And he got a new contract, so congratulations to him. But
Hmm.
I mean, when Michael Porter Jr. is gonna come down and shoot a three, and then Randall go
Yeah,
dribble, dribble,
bro.
dribble, and try to drive, and
It's
uh,
gonna mess up their development, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Them two gotta go.
hey, I can't wait to see that though. That shit gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny though. It's gonna be funny. But now, Darius Acuff just looks like this. He looks like the scorer he was at college. He was out there shot chucking. I have no problem with that. It's summer league, but man, he could go out and score a ball. And I said, this why he said he wanted to go to Sacramento. He's going to be the guy.
Hmm.
DeMar DeRozan won't be there. Zach LaVine will still be there. Sabonis will be
Hey,
there. But man,
I
well, go
meant to
ahead.
ask you. You think DeMar gonna go back to Toronto?
No, unless he want to come off the bench. You think he come? You
Mhm.
hold on.
Well, it'll be
RJ DeMar. Who we starting? I'm starting RJ. I think
quickly RJ, Scotty,
uh,
Kawhi. Yeah.
Kawhi. Unless he want to come off the bench.
I mean,
Well, Masai not there no more, so he
hey, I wonder where he
he
gonna
had
go
me.
though. I wouldn't be mad at him going back to Toronto. I
We
ain't gonna
gonna
lie.
we gonna talk about that. But there's A Cup. Man, look, man, the dog. He out there scoring. He gonna be the guy. Once Zach LaVine is out of there, then if they ever trade Sabonis, he gonna be really good. I mean, you have a cornerstone now. If they get your boy Jalen Duran, then it's like okay, you got two cornerstones. But for now, you got Darius Acuff, you got Keegan Murray. Is DeAndre Hunter technically a cornerstone? I don't know.
He a little on the older side.
Eh. So I mean, you got some pieces, but it starts with the point guard, and you got one.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm like, I still wanted him to go to Brooklyn. I definitely wanted him to go to Brooklyn, but he's now on the Kings, and now he can hoop. I just hope he just not one of the guys that leaves like how DeMarcus left, and all that, like, because and
Well,
Kings.
Demarcus wanted to leave. The way they treated him in that organization, so he had to get up out of there.
Well, honestly, on Sunday's games, there was really nobody that played like
I'm surprised
big
Burries
names.
and Nate didn't pay.
You know
I mean,
what?
they
They
probably
said
saving up for
that
summer league too. I mean
they
Vegas.
said that they wasn't gonna play until the trade got completed because they're technically on the
Mm,
team, but they're technically not.
okay.
So all trades and signings are completed right now. So right now they're on the Bucks. So I think maybe the next game or the game after that, I think they play.
Okay.
I think they just had to wait until the trade got completed to play.
Cause I'm like, bro, they played 2 games already, and I ain't seen neither one of them play. Or
Yeah, I
no,
think.
Kareem Lopez, he on the Pistons. I forgot. Yeah, he on the Pistons.
Okay, so obviously we gotta have by the time we come back, it's gonna be a whole bunch of summer games that's gonna happen. So we're gonna talk
Mm.
about AJ, Caleb, all of them. But I do want to ask you, what is your expectations for AJ DeBonsa in summer league?
Same thing, De'Aaron Peterson did, if not better, bro.
You got to.
Like I told you, he put the heat on them, bro. He put the heat on. You can't go out there and give me no 12, no 15. I got to see a 20 ball on more, no cap, because De'Aaron Peterson made it look easy, and he was a number 2 pick, and a lot of people viewed you better than him. So you got to either go out there and produce the same, or if not better. Or if you don't, it's cool if you don't get that 20 ball or that 30 ball, but you have to play an all around game. I have to see an all around game. You know what I mean? I gotta see you look dominant out there because De'Aaron Peterson looked dominant out there. He looked like he didn't belong. You know what I mean? So I need you to play the same. To be
I
honest
think
with
he's
you,
gonna. I think he's gonna oppose his will. Like I
yeah,
think I would
that's what you
not be
gotta do.
shocked if he drops 30. I truly don't. I will be. I would not be shocked if he does that, bro. He just looks like aggressive, athletic guy. There's gonna be some
I
guys.
wonder
Some
who
like
all
like
gonna be
whoa.
playing for them though. Who's all playing in the summer league for them? If it's like some second year players or like guys that's already on the team playing in summer league, I don't know.
Is there a way you could see like
Yeah,
their
you can.
summer league roster?
Yeah, you can.
Hmm, let's see. Let's see. Washington with well, no, never mind. That's the wrong one. Here we go.
That was last year's.
Let's see. Nope. NBA.com does not have it available. The 2026 roster.
Yeah, it ain't available yet. It's probably ain't available yet.
Honestly, though, like I said, I just expect him to be aggressive, go out there and just show like, hey, I'm the number one pick. And he probably did see Derek Peterson like, oh wow,
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely saw it and was like, yeah, I gotta do better, or I gotta play at least a
yeah.
turn.
And then
Yeah, it's
and
not
then
it's
like you
not gonna
said,
be out yet because of
and then,
because Vegas ain't here yet.
and then like you said, first game is Thursday when they both play against each other, so they gonna go at it. We might see a
Hmm.
little 1v1 action out there. Hey, he hit a three, man, give me the rock, bro. I'm about to go out there, dunk, hit a three, bro. I think it's gonna be a show, and we will be watching that. We definitely gonna be watching. I think the whole world is gonna be watching it. Like you've been saying a long time. It's probably could be one of the best rookie classes ever. So the best draft classes, period. So I think AJ's gonna come out super duper aggressive against Derek Peterson and the Jazz. And then I want to ask you, what is your expectations for Caleb Wilson in his NBA Summer League debut?
With Caleb, it's crazy. I don't expect Caleb to go out there and give me a 30 ball or nothing like that. I just want to see Caleb play a good all around game. I want to see him. I want to see what he worked on in the summer. I want to see if his 3 ball is falling at a high clip. Um, I want to see him handle the ball a little bit. I just want to see an all around game from him. I don't need to see him drop 20, 25, 30. If he does that, fine. But I want to see the blocks. I want to see his defense translate. I want to see his rebounding translate. And like I said, I want to see him knocking down that 3 ball.
And the first game is against the Grizzlies. So number 3 and number 4 face off on Friday.
Mm,
So
okay.
I just need Caleb Wilson to show me, hey, you're our franchise guy. I need to
Mm-hmm.
believe in you, like how me, you, and the Bears bear down people believe in Caleb Williams. Mm. That's all I need you to do. To show me, hey, we believe in you. You're worth the 4th overall pick. And I think he will show that. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be aggressive. I don't think he's gonna be like how Derek Peterson was, like you just said, or AJ, but or maybe what if AJ does play like that. I think he's gonna still have a good game. And
Mm-hmm.
Dalen Swain's gonna have 10 points.
I bet his under for 12 and a half. So he not getting 13. I bet it's under.
You're gonna bet the under.
Yeah,
Okay, bro.
I'm gonna bet the under.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's just give my man a chance, bro.
He
Give
gotta
him a
prove me
chance.
wrong.
Can he
He
at
has
least
to prove
give
me
you
wrong.
can he show you 2 summer league games? 2. Just 2. Can he please show you 2 summer league games, bro? Come on.
I'm giving them a chance. I'm giving them a chance. I'm
2, bro.
giving them a
Just,
chance.
just give him 2, bro. Because I mean, forget the next day when we got on the pod. You said it after the pick. You was like, oh, the Bulls, they do it
They
again.
messed up. They did. You could have had my boy Cameron Carr just dropped 20 plus both games. I think he shot like what 4 or 5 threes in both games.
I think
That
so,
man
yes.
can barely even shoot. But I'm gonna give my boy the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna let him hoop first before I completely write him off. So
Last thing before we move on from summer league, is there any other rookie that you want to see in Vegas, like that you're waiting to see?
uh,
I want to see Keaton
I want to
Wagner.
see yeah, Wagler for sure, U of I alum. Well, he's not
Of
even an
course.
alum. He didn't graduate. So
Eh,
I want to see Kareem Lopez. I got to see Dusty May and Mortez Johnson. I got to see how he play, bro.
Perez Johnson.
Morez, I
Perez.
got to see how he play, bro. I got to. Um,
I want to see Haynes Steinbeck. I want to see how he plays, and then if he can make a contribute for the Hornets in the regular season.
what's the big man that Spurs just drafted? Jaden. Jaden.
Is it Reed or
Nah,
Quintus?
Quintus. Jaden Quintus. Yeah, I want to
Quintus.
see him play. I want to see him play. Um, and that's really about it.
What about
Yeah,
LeBaron?
that's really. Yeah, well, yeah, of course, yeah, LeBaron. How I forget about LeBaron? Yeah, I want to see him play too.
You know a sneaky person I do want to see?
Oh.
Christian Anderson for the Hornets. Let's see. You basically I ain't gonna lie. I know they did Kobe White, but you basically said, "Look, hey, you could be our backup point, and we could just kind of get off LaMelo. I think you could contribute. Let's see if you can be decent and be potentially our backup point guard coming into next year." So
They
I want to
play
see
in
that.
Vegas, right?
Yeah, they're gonna play in Vegas. They're gonna play in Vegas.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. So we got a couple of little NBA takeaways, not too much. Then we'll get into our winners and losers. But you kind of brought it up earlier. The Kings are expected to come to a buyout agreement with DeMar DeRozan in the coming days, per Jake L. Fisher. His market will be dependent on if he is willing to sign for the veterans minimum. You did bring up the Raptors, but is there another team you would like to see DeMar DeRozan go to if he is bought out?
I feel like it honestly depends on what position he gonna be playing.
I'm not.
I wasn't
I
mad
think the
seeing
Heat
him
isn't
on the
bad.
set. Yeah, the Heat, the Celtics, especially for the vet minimum, like they could use him. Because I think he's still decent defensively. He can still score. And then they have some they depth with him. Jason Tatum and PG. They have a bunch of wings there. Then you can start Derek White at the point. Whoosh. He can't really fit nowhere else, really, for real.
Especially like he can obviously hit the three. He's just not that 3-point shooter. He's still mid range. ain't nothing wrong with that. But because let's just say, like you said, you brought up the Celtics, and you're gonna be having to shoot a lot of 3-pointers, and I don't think that's DeMar DeRozan's game.
Yeah, he don't
What
have
about
the main teams to go to.
what about the Dallas Mavericks? Him, Kyrie, Coop.
PJ and then Gafford or Lively.
Yeah, what about that? Not
Yeah,
contender, but
that's a little ugly. I don't really like it.
is he? Is can he still be a starter, or is the
Yeah, I
bench
think he
just
can still.
calling?
I think he can still be a starter.
I'm looking at teams.
I need
Mm.
my Pistons to go get Zach LaVine, man.
What if the Pistons guard him?
Who, DeMar?
Yeah,
I mean, he is another scorer. I think DeMar can still give you 20 a game. How much did he average last year?
that Kings year is so inflated, bro. They was tanking.
He averaged 18. So I still think he can give you
That's
that
better than
18 and
whatever.
20.
That's better than what
Yeah,
everybody else was getting you on that
yeah.
team.
I definitely think he can still give you that 18 and 20 per game. The only thing is the Pistons need shooting. So it's like, yeah, they can use him and they can find a way for him to be effective and for him and Cade to coexist. But at the same time, they need somebody that's like a Zach LaVine, Tyler Hero, that's gonna space the floor and shoot the ball. Well, shoot the three ball. So
DeMar DeRozan definitely needs to go to a contender. I think he's good and he's still good enough. He's not in the Bradley Beal tier yet, but he's better than Bradley Beal right now. I think the Heat isn't bad if say they miss out on say Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, because I definitely think he starts because you roll with Davion, DeMar,
no,
Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam, but then they
Giannis and
get like a
Bam.
score. DeMar DeRozan is a very clutch player. He can definitely get to the
Mm-hmm.
rack. He can score and he can handle the ball too. I actually wouldn't think that'd be that bad though. Like, but it's
That
like the
damn near
post.
seemed like that best team for him to go to.
I wouldn't be upset at it. I actually would like him going there, unless they don't get LeBron. But I think that he might be his best fit. The Celtics one, I wasn't really thinking of Celtics, but I wouldn't mind that though. Derek White, DeMar, Paul George, Jason
JT.
Tatum. He just needs. I think he needs to know, like, hey, you're the third option. Will he
Shit,
be okay?
if not the second shit, because
Oh, him
PG,
over
yeah,
Paul George. Ooh.
yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, Paul George is whatever. I think Paul George still better. I think he's better than DeMar though. Right now, though, I think he's still better than him. Oh man, I don't know if you saw this. Your Pistons, Kevin Durant has interest in playing alongside Cade Cunningham. If Durant becomes available in any capacity or the Rockets
Give up
look
the
at the
team.
possible trades involving either now or in the near future, the Pistons are fully expected to be front of the line to bid for his services. And according to Brent Siegel again, there were talks of the following blockbuster trade happening. Your Pistons would have got Kevin Durant. The Celtics would have got Alperen Sengun. The Rockets received Jaylen Brown. Various picks were also involved, but the Rockets ultimately killed the deal.
They stupid. They stupid. They should. If we get first off, we gotta keep a sore, and we
Yes.
gotta keep Jalen Duran.
Yes.
And if we get KD,
Yes.
we have a chance at a championship.
Are y'all
We
best team in
have
the
a
East?
chance.
It didn't have that happen. Are y'all best team in the East?
Nah, but we fighting for it. We
Are
fighting
y'all
for it
second?
though.
Are y'all top three? I'll ask that. Are y'all
Yes,
top
we're
three?
top three. We top three for sure. We top three for sure. But if they find a way to make that happen, dog, we up. Detroit, we up.
Well, the Rockets said they killed that deal. Yeah, they killed it.
No,
They
I'm
didn't
talking
want
about they need to revisit. Okay, we need KD.
Kevin
Ooh,
Durant and Kate.
KD, Asor, and Duran.
Hey, that
That's
ain't
nice.
bad. That's
That's
decent as
nice.
hell. Because y'all probably start dunking again. So K, Duncan, Katie, Asor. Hey, that's decent. That ain't bad, low key. Hey, where that duo rank in the NBA? K to Kevin Durant. Ooh, woo. Where we ranking that duo?
Mm.
Mm.
They top
Could
10 for sure.
could they be a top five? Could they be top five? Mm.
They could probably sneak in. Off the top of my head, my gut told me they like 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. They around that range. But yeah, we would have to go through it.
Man, that would have been decent. Jalen Brown though on the Rockets, he gets his own team. He gets to be that
Mm-hmm.
guy. That West
And he
though
fits
can,
Ime. He fits Ime.
but he did coach him and they went to a finals together. So it's just, can Jalen Brown have the success he had, say, last year in a Western Conference?
Yeah, the West is kind of deep. I mean, but even if they revisit that KD trade now, I wouldn't even know who they would ask for. They probably would ask for a sore, to
I don't
be
think so.
honest. I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
giving you a sword. Not giving it to you.
Who you
No.
think they asking for then? Well, they got to make money match, so Duncan is probably gonna be
Duncan's
in
in
there.
there. You know, I don't think they really have the money to match. I think it sucks. And I think they still wouldn't do it. I think the only way you could possibly do it is a sign and trade with Jalen Durant going there. I
Nah,
think that's the
I
only
ain't doing that.
way. Just
I
just
ain't
because
doing
of
that.
money, like just money, like
I
that's
ain't doing that.
it.
I ain't doing it. If Durant gotta go, I ain't doing it.
But I mean, according to this, it would have been a 3-team trade, so I'm guessing they wouldn't have to really give up anybody, and probably and some
Yeah,
picks.
the Rockets some hoes.
Oh wow,
They ain't have to
oh
do
wow.
us like that.
Well, y'all still, I mean, you still got John Collins, so you still battling with Jalen Durant, trying to pay him. I don't know what's gonna take so long to sign him, but who knows? But I would have liked that for you guys. I think that would have been really good. And Kevin Durant would have been, he been saying the same thing about every damn team, saying, "Hey, these look good and all that," but then goes there and then now we got burners. So, you know. But I mean, on a lot of like clips he does talk about Kate a lot. Like he's one of them.
Yeah,
So
everybody comparing them to Luca. I don't really see Luca, but everybody comparing them to Luca. I guess because they both big guards. But
y'all would have been yo Loki would have been championship kind of like championship a bus if Kevin Durant gets there. Y'all probably up there. But I think y'all at least damn near gotta make conference finals if Kevin Durant is there. That would have been nice. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy, DeAndre Ayton. The Lakers trade DeAndre Ayton to the Washington Wizards for
and
Jaden
Wizards.
Hardy and 2 Wizards second round picks in 2031 and 2032. The Lakers will now focus on finding Walker Kessler's backup on the market with centers such as Drummond, who just signed with the Knicks, Jonas Valanciunas, and Kevon Looney among those being considered. The Wizards took a patient approach to start free agency and now land a durable, reliable center to join Anthony Davis and Alex Sarr in the front court. So, what was your thoughts on DeAndre Ayton getting the boot out of LA?
First off, they basically traded this man for 3 second rounds because Jaden Hardy was a second round. Because Jaden Hardy was a second round pick. So you basically a former number one overall pick just got traded for 3 second round picks, dog. That's a shame. That was my first reaction. Two, why send them to the Wizards? They already got AD over there. They already got Alex Sarr. Unless they plan to
But you
use him
need
as a
backup though.
backup big. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
he's
gonna
a
say it.
backup.
Unless they use him as a backup. And the other thing I thought was, okay, well, they said they didn't want to trade AD, but you just traded for DeAndre Ayton. And if we being honest, DeAndre Ayton is more of a center than Alex Sarr is. Like, you got two forwards out there in Anthony Davis and Alex Sarr. So my other thing was like, they said they wasn't trading AD, but now is AD available? Because I don't see no point of picking up DeAndre Ayton at all. Like, To me, there was no point for that. So, I mean, I know they said they didn't want to trade AD, but teams always lie. So, mhm.
You do need a backup big though. They don't really have one. And you do need insurance because AD does get hurt. You do need that insurance because, knock on wood, Anthony Davis can hit his hand on the wall out 5 weeks. Oh no, now what we gonna do? At least DeAndre Ayton, I know he's probably gonna come in motivated. You thought you was gonna be the center for the Lakers for the future because you damn near the same age as Luka, and then they just shipped you out after 1 year. So if AD gets hurt, knock on wood, you could come in and be reliable and be decent for Trae Young and AJ DeBonsa. But I think it's like you don't lose nothing. You just gave us some second round picks for a center
Yeah,
that you're only gonna
yeah,
have 1 year.
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
think it's that bad. But I mean, for the Lakers, I mean, hey, you got back some draft capital because remember they gave it all to freaking Walker Kessler. Now you got back 2 second round picks. So I'm good on that. Plus, DeAndre Ayton was probably gonna come in there, be moody, probably unmotivated because you just lost your starting spot to Walker Kessler. Yeah, nobody got time to deal with that, bro. You just wasn't good. But I think on the Wizards, I think he could be. I think he'd be decent.
Hey, after this, is he out of the league? Like, say he plays bad or he doesn't. I wouldn't say bad, but say he doesn't play up to expectations. Is he out the league after this?
I don't think so, bro. Andre Drummond is still in the league. And I think he's better than Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is just a rebounder, bro. Like he could just rebound the ball and shit. He could hit the three now in the corner, bro. Like I mean, if Andre Drummond can stay in the league, I think DeAndre Ayton can stay. I think he can stay in the league.
That boy Perk said he on his way out the league.
Kendrick Perkins think everybody's out the league, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I would label the Clippers, Bucks, Hawks, Hornets, and Nets as potential outside suitors for restricted free agent Peyton Watson. The Nuggets are reportedly open to sign and trade scenarios surrounding the 23-year-old forward. And then, like I said, the Clippers are a team showing legitimate interest in Watson, who could offer a double sign and trade around Ben Mathurin. Me personally, I do think the Nuggets have to resign him. I think they need to keep him.
If they talking about doing a sign and trade with Ben Mathurin, like I don't understand why they treat my boy Ben like this. Like Ben is solid, bro. Like he's a solid player. I don't know if it's his attitude or what. He has the talent. I think he could be a starter in this league, dog. But they not treating him like that. I don't know.
What if he's like a J.R. Smith?
J.R. Smith was a starter.
I think he's a starter, but majority of his career he was a bench player. Well, half of the career. I say half. What if it's like that? He's just a scorer off the bench.
I don't think the Nuggets should get rid of Peyton. I don't think they should get rid of him at all. I think they need him. Especially with his development from last year. I definitely think they need him.
They said his market is like $23 million a year. That's really nothing. But only the bad teams can really offer him contracts. So it's like, I think y'all do need him. His defense, he can shoot the three ball. Like, y'all kind of need that. He's better.
There's really that defensive athleticism. And we being honest, he damn near might be better than Cam.
You think so?
The way Cam played last year?
He hooped in that final game against the Timberwolves and they lost though. But he hooped. Hey, Peyton Watson. Well, we can talk about it. We can talk about it now. Rui Hachimura has agreed to a 2-year, $28 million to a $28 million deal to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. So, what's your thoughts on Rui Hachimura going to the crosstown rivals?
That man went across the street.
Hey, at least I'm gonna leave LA. Yeah,
is he starting? Would you put him at the 4?
Yeah.
B.I. at the 3.
Yeah.
Keegan at the 2, and then Darius at the 1.
Yeah. Now your center position is probably Brook Lopez, but hey,
that's nasty. I ain't going.
You think so?
That's a nasty lineup.
Think so?
That's nasty. That's nasty.
You got a lot of shooting though.
I don't even know. They might be 10 or 11. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, Rui
They
get
fighting with
14.
the Pelicans and the
You think
Mavericks.
Pelicans? You think they had the same team with the Pelicans?
Yeah. First off, we putting Brooke Lopez in every pick and roll known to man. And then where your defense at?
You got Rui. You got Bi.
That's it. Come on, hey, Bi is not no defender.
I mean, look, somebody got to play defense on that damn team.
Ain't nobody playing defense out there.
Somebody got to play.
Nobody. Literally
Somebody got.
1 through 5. Rui a little shaky too. He could play D. He probably their best defender, and Rui being your best defender is kind of OD.
He got to be. He got to be your best defender. Hey, the Clippers, man. Look, they said, look, we're retooling. We are retooling this lineup. They still got Chris Dunn too.
Yeah. But I think Darius and Bi, that's a good starting point. They need to figure out the rest of it though. Well, and then you got Keegan Walker. So I like them 3, but you gotta figure out the rest. And then I feel like that's gonna mess up Keegan.
Is Tyloo starting him, or is Chris Dunn gonna start?
He probably not, to be honest with you, for defensive purposes. To be honest.
Yeah, you gotta start Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn is a really good defender.
Yeah, so he probably won't start him.
Does Ben Mather come back? Low-key, he probably comes back on like a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And he probably does deserve at least a 3-year deal somewhere. Probably comes off the bench, be's a good scorer, but they probably do bring him back. But hey, Rui Hachimura, hey, he got paid $14 million to stay in LA. I ain't mad at it. The Clippers, they're gonna be a mediocre team. Well, below mediocre. It's not the worst move. Okay, a couple of more. Obviously, we kind of talked about this last week. There are still 6 teams who believe they are in the running to sign LeBron James. Obviously, we talked about the Sixers, the Cavs, the Heat, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Warriors. And I do want to ask you this question. What do you think LeBron wants, though? Does he still want to be like the semi guy of the team, or does he really want to take a step back? Because there are certain teams when you look at it, it's like, okay, you can take a step back. Like, I'll just say, like, let's just say the Sixers. You're taking a step back. But let's say you go to the Warriors, you're kind of semi going to be the guy. Not the guy, it's Steph Curry. But you know what I mean? Like, he's going to have to basically drop a 20-some points all the time and be that second best guy on the team.
I think LeBron doesn't care about being the number one option per se, but I still think he wants to be heavily involved. So like you said, for instance, with the Warriors, like he's obviously taking a step back to Steph, but he's still a key contributor. He's still one of the main reasons why we're winning and why we're on this championship run. So that's what I think he really wants. So like if he was to go to the Sixers, like he really wouldn't be that. I mean, yeah, he can help them win a chip, and he would fit well with them. But you still got Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and Joel. So it's like I don't think he and VJ. So it's like, you know, and LeBron's a smart guy, so he's gonna do what's necessary for the team to win. So I don't necessarily think he wants to go there. The Warriors, I think that's a real one. The Cavs, I think, yeah, he might be the third option, but I feel like he'll have the ball in his hands 24/7. So he's basically like a major contributor because he's going to be the one running point. Because James and Donovan, they're both 2 guards. I know James is playing point, you know, basically his whole career, but like he's more so of a 2 guard to me. But then you get LeBron. Like I said, LeBron has the ball in his hands most of the time, so he'll feel heavily involved there. The Nuggets, I can see him being the second option with the Nuggets. Yeah, but I can see him being the second option with the Nuggets. Because I still think he's better than Jamal Murray right now. So yeah, I can see him being the second option there. What were the other teams? It was a Cavs, Sixers, Nuggets,
Timberwolves, and
Warriors.
The Heat.
Timberwolves and the Heat. I don't see the Heat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see the Heat.
I don't see him going back to.
I don't see him going back to the Heat.
Why though?
Because Giannis is already there, and then you got Bam, and then they don't have enough shooting. So I don't see him going back there.
I fake like it though for some reason. I do fake
And
like
then
it,
they
but
ain't
I
got no
mean there,
bench.
but there though, you kind of semi in that role of being the guy with Giannis. You're gonna
He
have to
still wants to
contribute a lot.
win. I think he wants to go to a team that has a legit chance to win a chip, though. I think if they got him, they'd be nice, but I don't think they have a legit chance of winning the chip. And then the Timberwolves, now that one's interesting because you got LaMelo and you got Ant, and if you put Bron there, do you run Bron at point? Because LaMelo is really good with the ball in his hands. And I'm pretty sure LeBron would trust LaMelo with the ball in his hands. But it's like then LeBron's a third option. So is he really being a major factor to them winning? I feel like LeBron would just be the connector piece that's putting
Mhm.
everything together and not the one that's driving it. You know what I mean? So I think the Cavs and the Warriors is his best bet if he want to be a key contributor and try to win a chip. I think those two are his best bet.
I agree with you. I think he kind of wants to still be a focal point of the team, and I think if it is that, I think it's the two best teams are the Warriors and the Heat
Mm.
because obviously Giannis is the guy, but we're still gonna ask you to drop probably 20 points per game, facilitate, rebound. Probably still gonna have to play some. Well, actually, maybe not though, because you got Wiggins, Bam, and Giannis, so you might not have to play super great defense, but you will still
And
be a
Wiggins
contributor. Yeah,
and
yeah, and
Davion.
Wiggins.
So to
Yeah,
be
and
being
Davion.
honest,
Yeah, yeah.
he
That's
really
four.
don't got to play the
Four.
best one of the best scorers on their team.
That's
So
four great defenders in the starting
mhm.
lineup right there. So you are still gonna have to contribute. The Warriors. Steph probably is going to be the best player on the team, but we're still gonna need you to drop 20 some points per game because technically there's really nobody else. Obviously, Jimmy's hurt, but until Jimmy comes back, we're gonna need you. Every damn near every other team, you're kind of arguably the third best player on the team. Well, maybe the Nuggets.
I'm
I
putting
think
him
he is
over
still better than
James.
Nuggets.
I'm putting him over James too.
See, what does James Harden do now? If that does happen, what does James Harden do? And I think that's the question before you go. I think that's the question with some people. Like, if he does go there, we know Donovan Mitchell can't play out ball. He won't have the ball in his hand, so he could go back to being a natural two guard. But what does James Harden does? But the past what 3, 4, 5 years, James Harden has been a point guard. He hasn't really played all ball. He's low key been an on ball guy. What are we using James Harden for at this point? If he doesn't have the ball in his hands all the time.
He's gonna have to go back to some OKC and rock his days with Chris Paul. He gonna have to be catch and shoot, dog.
Bro, that
He's
was a
gonna have to be
minute
catch
ago.
and shoot.
That
He's
was
gonna.
a
I mean, but
minute
he's
ago.
he's great enough. He's great enough to know how to revert back to this. So I wouldn't even be worried about that.
That was a minute ago though.
And
So
then
it's
we
like,
get the James that we've been looking for, a scorer. Like that's the James that we all know and love, the scoring James Harden. So now you get to do that again.
man, that's gonna be a minute. And then the Sixers. You're the fourth option. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Yeah.
You're the fourth option. So I think if he, I don't know. I think the only people that know exactly where he wants to go is him and Rich
Rich
Paul.
Paul.
That's it.
Hmm.
You saw that. You saw that picture of the clipboard. He got them lined up. He got all them teams lined up. This the guy. These the
I
guys is gonna be a starting lineup.
I low key think because LeBron he's gonna look at the bench as well, so I think that's gonna play a part in it as well. And the best team, like for what I feel like everything he's looking for is the Cavs, bro. Because
Oh,
you got
bench
the
wise.
defense with Jared Allen and Mobley, and then you got the shooting. Mobley showed that he could stretch the floor a little bit, and then you got Donovan and James, and then off the bench you got Tyson. Who else they got off their bench? You got Max Strus.
Yeah.
Um,
Might trade him, but
um,
yes.
yeah. So who are they point guard position?
Well, they said they're trying to get rid of Dennis Schroeder, but he's still under contract over there. So
Um, what's bro from Duke that came out last year? Proctor,
Cam
Tyrese
Proctor.
Proctor.
Oh, Tyrese Proctor.
Tyrese,
They said Cam.
yeah,
My
he
bad.
he's decent. He's decent. So they got a couple of bench players, role players over there as well. Um, the Warriors ain't really got no bench though. besides DeAnthony Melton and AirPods if he come.
Okay, I still believe he's going to the Warriors. But honestly, though, if you look at the Warriors, the only thing that I
Can't
can
out him.
sell to LeBron is, hey, you can play with Steph Curry. That's it. I truly think that's the only thing I can sell to LeBron. You can play with the greatest, arguably the greatest point guard ever, and the greatest shooter ever. That's the only thing I can sell you. All these other teams, hey, you Nuggets, you get to play with Jokic, arguably the best player in the league. You don't have to be that guy. You get to play with Jamal Murray, one of the best clutch players, one of the best young point guards, or is he still young? Whatever. Just best point guards in the league. Sixers, you're playing with Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid when healthy, and you're in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, you
If
think
you're
if
the,
Joel Embiid was healthy, he would have for sure went there? Like if he knew
I,
Joel Embiid can play at least 60, 70 games.
I think that would be first on his list, bro. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah.
I think
Because
that's
it's
first on
basically
his.
like playing with a more broken AD.
Yeah, basically. I think that would be first on his list, but I think the reason is the uncertainty. I think Joel Embiid uncertainty of not being there. I think that hurts him because even when they did bench him in all the back-to-back games, he was still hurt. It's just like what it doesn't really matter at this point because they're gonna do it again this year. They're gonna rest him in back-to-backs. It's just, are you gonna be healthy in the playoffs? And he kind of wasn't. He did play good when he came back against this when they played the Celtics, but then he got hurt again. He got hurt again against the Knicks, so it's uncertainty. And the Heat, the Heat, look, you get to play with Giannis, Bam, you got defensive guys right there, and you in South Beach. You know Miami. You played there before. Like Cavs, that's home. You got Donovan Mitchell, you got James Harden, you got Jared Allen, Mobley, like, and you're in the Eastern Conference. Like, the Warriors can literally just show, hey, you could just play with Steph Curry. I think that's it.
I wonder when he gonna make his decision though. I wonder if it's gonna be in the next week or two, or like after summer league. I wonder when he gonna make his decision.
So we early July. If I had to guess,
Training camp will start in September, don't it?
September. I think he makes his decision in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm gonna say
End
2
of July.
weeks. Yes, I think that's when he makes his decision. Sometime end of July. Don't know when, but sometime at the end of July. And the last thing before we get into our winners and losers, and we're gonna grade some of these signings and trades. The Cavaliers could look to trade Jared Allen for better space if they sign LeBron James. Per Real D Cunningham, I think they would try to trade Jared Allen for a wing. I think they would need a little bit more shooting, someone that is a good point of attack defender on the perimeter. So, do you think the Cavs should trade Jared Allen?
No, I know everybody want to see Mobley at the 5. I don't want to see that because when you run into the Cats or the Joel Embiids or the Jokic's, if they make it to the finals, or the Hartensteins and Chets, like Mobley not gonna be able to hold his own down there. And I feel like he can space the floor now. And then you got Jared Allen down there to rebound and defend and protect the paint. So it's like I don't think they should do it if they sign LeBron. I think they should keep him there because you already got the shooting. Because James is a really good shooter, Donovan's a really good shooter, LeBron can hit the 3, and Evan Mobley can hit the 3. So potentially you got shooting out there. And if you trade Jared Allen, that means you're gonna force LeBron to play the 4 and have to deal, like I said, with those big lineups. And when you could just put him at the 3 where he can be a cheat code. So I don't think they should trade Jared Allen if they get LeBron.
I think you should. I think you should keep it. See how this works. Man, that would be arguably the best starting 5 in the NBA if that happens. James, Donovan, LeBron, Mobley, Jared Allen. Evan Mobley hasn't looked like the guy he wanted to be, but at the end of the day, Jared Allen is a really good big man. Can rebound, lob threat,
Defend,
rim protector. I think you need that, bro. Twin Towers, like you said, if it came down to it, let's just hypothetically say they go against the Nuggets. you're gonna need those two bigs to damn near handle Jokic. Like
Exactly.
you're gonna need them. You're going to need like if it was say hypothetically whatever wing you get LeBron at the 4 and then Mobley at the 5, I think it's GG's. I truly think it would be if they did face the Nuggets in the finals. I think it's GG's. Like
Because we seen it the in the playoffs. It came down to size.
it did. It did. Why you think when it was Gobert and Cat, they was messing with Jokic. He was
Mm-hmm.
struggling. He was really struggling with them. So I think you do need to keep Jared Allen. I would. Hey, look, depending on the wing, that would be nice, but you do need to keep him. Well, according to Brian Windhorst, he said the other teams believe the Cavaliers are in the lead to get LeBron.
I've been shouting for the Cavs since day one.
You did say the Cavs. You have been saying the Cavs since day one. Let's see. Everybody I talk to is like, we're afraid it's Cleveland. Nobody seems like they have optimism, to be honest.
And it just makes sense for him to go back to Cleveland. Like, this is where you started your journey. This is where you should end your journey. You know what I mean? So,
all right. Oh, wait. Last thing. My bad. Because I had this for last week, but I forgot. I saw this on Get Up and I took a picture of it. I want to ask you, which is the more effective trade? Kawhi to the Raptors or Giannis to the Heat?
Kawhi to the Raptors. I think that's the most effective because I think they're they will win more games. I think they will go deeper in the playoffs, and I think they have a better roster than Miami does. So I think that was the most effective trade.
I definitely think that's the most effective trade. Bring in a shot creator, one of the best wing defenders in the NBA, best shooters to pair with them young guys and Scotty, RJ, Manuel Quigley. Like, out of just that trade and the Heat trade, like the Heat trade is still kind of like up in the air because we don't know what else is Pat Riley gonna do. Now, if it was say a complete team like how the Raptors are basically a complete. So we know what the roster most likely is. We don't know what the roster looks like in Miami yet. So that would give a better understanding. But for right now, the most effective trade, Kawhi to the Raptors easily.
Hey, that team is low key built like his last team when he got there. Siakam is Scotty. They're not, of course, they're not the same player, but you know what I mean. Siakam is Scotty, Fred or Kyle Lowry is Quickly.
Danny Green,
RJ is RJ, Marc Gasol, Polo. Yeah, so like they team low key built like how it was when he won a chip.
The only difference is with that team, and I would say this team right now, and I think this team bench is still good. That team last year had a really good bench. I think people forget that team was kind of stacked. That team was low-key stacked. You had Serge, Fred VanVleet coming off the bench. OG didn't play in the playoffs.
Yeah, because
Norman Powell. Yeah, he got hurt. I think Norman Powell played. I'm not 100% sure. That bench was low-key really good. I can't even lie. That's why I think that team is just so slept on. Like, we truly forget about that team. I'm gonna go to the roster real quick and then we'll move on. Because that was 2019. No, that was 2018, 20. Bro, their bench, yeah, Norman Powell, is this the postseason? He did play, though. Norman Powell did play. They had Norman Powell, you had Fred, you had Serge. Like, those are really like your three bench guys coming off the bench. And then remember, OG did play. So you had a super young OG Anunoby that year. They had a lot of good players on this team, bro. This team is low-key stacked. It's a stacked team, bro. And I think a lot of people forget about it. They showed they compared that team to this team, and like Kawhi Leonard dropped 20s. He averaged 26 points that year. The next closest person averaged 16, which was Siakam. And I think this team, I think the next person is Scotty, who probably will average 20 this year. Is Scotty with like 19. I think RJ averaged like 19 or something like that. But the fact that he took a team and no one is close to you in scoring, no one is like you're clearing everybody is amazing. It's
Now, what's
amazing.
crazy is he had a career year last year when he averaged 27. You think he gonna do around the same? Because they gonna need that scoring.
Oh yes, he could. Might be easier for him because he has another guy that can step it up. Like Scotty
And then we
showed
being
promise,
honest,
and
he
RJ.
don't gotta play. He don't gotta play that much defense because you got RJ and you got Scotty right there, so they could take on either the best wing or the best guard if you need them to. You can really guard they third best, the other team's third best player. So Kawhi Loki got it made over there.
This Michael Jordan and Scotty Pippen. Mm,
What
defensive wise,
Scotty and
MJ
Kawhi.
scared defensive. Hey, my MJ Scotty Pippen. Mm. All right, let's get into these winners and losers of the NBA free agency. Let's start. Let's start with the Lakers. We could give them a grade and also say are they a loser or a winner. So, are the Lakers a winner or a loser in your eyes so far for this?
I think the Lakers are winners. Especially with how Kevin Carr has been playing. Getting
Mm.
Colin. Even though you overpaid for Quentin Grimes and Walker Kessler, I think those are two good pickups still. Um, so I think they're winners.
Can I ask you a question? I saw this on Twitter earlier. Do you think the Lakers should have prioritized getting Colin Sexton the backup point guard, or should they go on after more wings, 3 and D guys? Because I saw somebody say, now that I think about it, what's the point of signing Colin Sexton when you need 3 and D guys, when you need way more wing depth?
Well, I feel like the purpose of them signing him is because one, Colin Sexton can shoot the ball, and then he is really good defensively. So guarding the other teams guards, that's the only thing I could think of. But I do think they should have went and got some more wings because y'all are thin on the wing. And then Austin Reeves, if need be, can be your backup point guard when Luca comes out the game. So because they're gonna stagger their minutes anyway. So it's like Austin Reeves is gonna be playing point for majority of the time with the bench anyways, and Collins probably gonna end up playing there too. So yeah, I think they probably should have when they got some more wings.
Yeah, Austin Reeves and Luca are definitely one of them is gonna be on the floor at all times, regardless.
Hmm.
Like one of them is gonna be on the floor at all times. I'm gonna give the Lakers a winner, but I damn near I don't want to say they're a loser. I think they're in the middle because I feel like the overpays makes me like, do I really want to give you a winner because you overpaid on a lot? Getting Walker Kessler, I'm cool with, but you did give up a lot of draft capital to get him. Mamu might be an overpay, but I think will he play really good this year as a starter and then with the bright lights in LA
Nice
now?
in LA, yeah.
You were in Toronto last year on the bench, so nobody was thinking about you. We knew you was good last year, but nobody was thinking about you. Now you're gonna go play with the Lakers. So now we expect you to be good because let's be honest, if you don't play good, we're gonna ship you out of town just like they just did DeAndre Hayden ass.
Shit, if not by trade deadline, shit.
Who go trade for Mamu? Who go trade for that? That
I
15
can see the
man?
Lakers doing something crazy like that.
Same with Quentin Grimes. Overpaid for him. Colin Sexton, may not overpay, but like, did you really need a backup point guard? Who knows? So I'm gonna give them winner because they did be aggressive in free agency. I think you had to because Luka Doncic is still here. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What if LA go get Demar?
You take that work? Did that work with
I think he
Luka,
could.
Austin Reeves?
I think he could.
Well, he did want to play with LeBron a couple of years ago. He did want to go to the Lakers a couple of years ago. They just didn't want to pay him. I think they didn't want to give him like an extra year or something. So,
Because then now you got a really good wing.
yeah.
So
I think, yeah. And I mean, you got a lot of 3 go-to scorers that can go get a bucket.
mm-hmm.
And then, this is my thing, though. I just don't see I think DeMar DeRozan starts, but man, bringing Quinn Grimes off the bench and you just paid that man $15 million. It's like, well, that wouldn't be bad though. I actually wouldn't be bad. Low key though. What about DeMar DeRozan going to the Clippers? I mean, he from LA, man. He from California.
Unless he just want to get buckets to end his career and don't want to fight for nothing. All right, but other than that,
Man, um, yeah, I would give the Lakers a winner. If I had to grade their off season, I would give it a B minus. I give it a B minus. I don't think you get an A, but I give you a B minus because you made the moves. The overpays give you the minus part. If it wasn't overpays but still got good players, you would get a B plus. But I definitely still think they made good moves to just help Luka Doncic. Another team, the Celtics. Obviously, you traded for Paul George, you signed Mitchell Robinson, you got Mike Conley. Well, and then you traded Jaylen Brown. What would you grade their free agency? Or
C,
or are they winner or loser? That's
C minus, and then I low key would say they're. I don't necessarily think that they're losers, but they're definitely not winners. And the only reason why I say they're not losers because you get out Jaylen Brown's big contract. Yeah, him and Paul George maybe were making around the same this year, but after this year, Jaylen Brown's increased things. I think we said last to like 61 or something like that. So you got off his books, and then you end up signing Mitch Robinson was a okay pickup, even though he's injury prone. And then you got Paul George, who's a shell of Jaylen Brown. So I like it wasn't bad. I give it like a C minus, but they definitely not winners for sure. But I wouldn't give this like I said, I wouldn't necessarily give them losers either.
I would give the Celtics I would give them a C. Even though you traded Jaylen Brown for basically prescription P, like Francisco says, you did get back somewhat of a good player. I don't think Paul George is, but I just think it's like it's Paul George at the end of the day. I think signing Mitchell Robinson, you did need like a legit backup big. Committing that decent amount of money to Mitchell Robinson is definitely like I would hesitate on it, but it is what it is. Mike Conley, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what he does. I don't know. I'm dead ass. Like I don't know. I mean, if you want that veteran presence, cool. But if you out there, if you think he's gonna come in and be like legit backup point guard, not legit, but like, well, Peyton Pritchard might start. So if you want him to be the backup point guard, I mean, we kind of saw it last year with the Timberwolves. Mike Conley's kind of a shell of himself. And I think he's just
Mhm.
cool to be on the bench and be the veteran presence and come in when they beat the team by 30. I don't know about that. So I'm gonna probably agree with you. I'm gonna say they're a loser, but they don't get a failing grade though. But they are a loser. Jaylen Brown definitely puts you in the C range. I give them a C. Let's see. The Miami Heat. Obviously, you traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You signed Fontecchio. You bring back Andrew Wiggins, and you signed Tim Hardaway Jr. They still got more moves to make, but are the Miami Heat a winner or a loser? And what grade would you give them so far?
The Miami Heat are winners. Obviously, getting a top 5 player like Giannis, that definitely puts you in the winner category. But I give them, and then as far as a grade, I give them a solid B. I think that getting Giannis and then signing Tim Hardaway and signing back Fantecchio, getting shooters on that squad, I think that was good for them. But I give them a B and not anything higher than that because you still got to fill out the rest of that roster. You still have to fill out that bench. You still got to find somebody to play the two. So they still got a lot of holes missing. But as of right now, it's a B.
I give it a C plus because right now you did get Giannis, you did resign Andrew Wiggins. That was necessary, but you did lose Norman Powell. And I thought that was a big mistake. And maybe it might come back to haunt him. Norman Powell is better than Tim Hardaway Jr. He's better than him. So, and Fontecchio, I think Tim Hardaway is a good player. He was a 6-man of the year candidate last year. Literally, he was top 3. Fontecchio is okay, but losing Norman Powell, I think that's a big loss for them. But getting Giannis does put you back into relevancy in the Eastern Conference. So I do give them a C plus, and I would say they are a winner because you traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo and won the trade for that too. Like I gotta give you something for that, but if I had to put everything into it, I give it a C. I would give them a C. Another team, your Detroit Pistons. You let Tobias Harris go. You signed John Collins to a 3-year deal. You trade for Isaiah Joe. You did bring back Javante Green and drafted a decent rookie, I think, if I'm correct. Jalen Duren is still in the question mark range right now. What grade would you give your Detroit Pistons, and are they
A
winners or
D,
losers?
a D, and we
I'm surprised you
losers.
didn't say F.
A D, and we losers. We're losers because we're sitting here contemplating on signing Jalen Duran back. You basically swap John Collins for Tobias Harris. You sign back Javante Green. You get Isaiah Joe, which was a good pickup, but you sign back Kevin Herter, and then you got Duncan Robinson. So where's he even gonna play? Um, and then you didn't go get another 20 point per game score. So you let Norman Powell walk. You could have got him. You didn't go make a big trade for anybody. So I get them a D, and they're definitely losers because they didn't make any significant moves. Nor you're still waiting. Nor did you sign Jalen Duran back quickly. You're still waiting to sign him back. So they definitely get a D.
I mean, if they trade for Kevin Durant, what grade would you give them?
Hey,
Hmm. Hmm. You know, I give you Pistons a C minus.
oh, you're tripping.
I give you
You're
a
tripping.
C. I don't think it's like I understand where you're coming from, but let's be honest. At least I can say they replaced Tobias Harris. I can at least say that. You did get John Collins, who arguably might be better than Tobias, who you don't know. You did bring in another shooter to complement Cade Cunningham. Javante Green had some moments last year. I think we both eventually think Jalen Duren will be back with the Pistons, so we're not worried
Mm.
about that. I think they deserve at least a C minus. I'm not gonna give them a D, and I get it. Not basically going after a second score hurts them a lot because we saw it last year. If you had some shooting, you probably win. I give y'all a C minus though. I truly give y'all a C minus, and I would say y'all are kind of a loser, but I think I wouldn't put it a D though. I'm putting it like literally like at the lowest grade possible to keep you at a C minus.
Santos, I'm with you. That they don't deserve no C.
I said, well, first of all, I said C minus. I said C minus. I mean, you replaced Tobias Harris. You did get John Collins back. So, I mean, come on, bro. Come on now. So, question: if John Collins is there in this postseason against the Magic, do they win? Do they still win? Do they beat the
Probably,
Magic? All right, then.
probably.
So you got your replacement. You got your replacement. So I don't see what the problem
He
is.
ain't it, dog. He is not it.
Don't worry, bro. Now watch what John Collins averaged 20 points per game. Like, hey, I ain't gonna
John
lie.
Collins ain't. Has he even? I think he's averaged
Yeah,
20 like once.
you go come in. Watch this. 3 weeks into the NBA season, we gonna come back on the pod, whatever day that is.
Well,
Ain't
that
gonna
man ain't
lie,
never
bro.
averaged. No, he did. It's his third year, 21.
You be
We
like, I
we
ain't gonna
need
lie.
we need that John Collins if that's the case.
You gonna be like, I ain't gonna lie, G. John Collins, low key hooping. Watch this, yo. I bet you probably $5 or $10, probably $10. I guarantee you, John Collins is on his player of the week one time this year. I guarantee you, he's on his
Hell
player of the
no.
week. I guarantee he is. I guarantee. I bet $10. You on he's player of the week one time. Don't matter when. I guarantee he'll make player of the week. I guarantee it. Watch when he dropped 28 points in a week. You're gonna have no choice unless you're just hating. You're gonna have no choice but to put him on there. You gotta have to, unless you're clearly hating on him. Watch John Collins hoop, bro. Watch he hoop. I'll take that bet. All right. Watch. He's going to put him on there once. He's going to put John Collins on there once. Another team in free agency that did pretty good. The San Antonio Spurs. You re-signed Julian Champagnie. You bring back Harrison Barnes. You drafted 2 good big men in the draft to back up Wemby. And you signed Tobias Harris in free agency. What grade would you give the San Antonio Spurs, and are they winners and losers?
Winners I think San Antonio are winners. They gained some size. And then but I'll give them like a B plus. I'll give them a B plus. You gain size, you sign back Champagnie, who played well for y'all. And so then like you said, you drafting those rookies. I think those are good pickups because you can either play them next to Wemby or their insurance pieces. So I'll give the San Antonio Spurs a B plus.
I give them A. I think they did. I think they've been doing great so far this offseason. You drafted 2 big men because last year Luke Cornett just wasn't it. I think he's still a decent big man, but he just wasn't in the finals and some of the playoffs. They're really young. They're athletic, so you're going to need that. You signed Julian Champagnie, one of the best shooters in the league. Harrison Barnes comes back to be the veteran presence on the bench. And I think you bringing in Tobias Harris who can score and who can shoot the 3 ball. I think that's what they needed. And he's a big guy. You need his size. That's what kind of killed them. That's what hurt them a lot during the playoffs and in the finals. Size. Tobias Harris is like a legit, 6'8", 6'9". You're going to need that because they were running out there with Julian Champagnie and Devin Vassell as your 3-4s. And it's like, that ain't it. And you basically got your rebounders in like the finals was damn near like, Loki, you damn near had to depend on Julian Champagnie to get a good amount of rebounds. And it was just the size, but I think Tobias Harris can actually go in there. He's going to grab the rebound next to Wemby. So I've actually think they've done a really good job in free agency to just help Wemby and hopefully get back to an NBA Finals next year. I think the Spurs get an A, and they're clearly a winner in my eyes. Another team, the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets traded LaMelo Ball. You did get back Naz Reid. They did trade Miles Bridges. You did get back Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. And then you saw they did trade for Dorian Finney-Smith, a whole bunch of second-round picks. Yeah. So what grade would you give the Charlotte Hornets?
I'm not going to give them an F. But I damn near want to get them an F. I'm going to be gracious and go C-. Only because you signed back Kobe White. And then you go get Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and Naz Reid. So you retooled a little bit, but it still wasn't it. I thought they made a mistake trading LaMelo and trading Miles Bridges. And then you went and go and signed draft the rookie. So I give them a C-. I think they did okay retooling, but it still wasn't it. And then they're losers. They're losers for sure. Trading LaMelo and Miles Bridges, you're losers for sure. And not getting nearly what you should got in return.
You saw that they said that they getting the bad influences out the locker room. LaMelo.
That told me everything I need to know. Miles Bridges beating women. what he be saying? He be saying RTB shit. I don't even know what that stands for, but that's his little click or whatever.
And he be rapping too.
Yeah, so and it's not even like it's positive rap. He talk about crazy. He talk about drugs, sex, money. So.
And then LaMelo, to some people, they feel like he just don't take basketball serious, even though we all think he takes basketball serious. Yes. But to some people,
he love.
Besides some people think. Yeah, he did have a kid out of the blue. But
Mhm.
some people think he just don't care about basketball and he's just not a serious player. You know, in the words of Nick Wright, he's a clown. So, you know, they just felt like they just got all the bad influences out the organization because they felt like Khan Knipple, who looks like that good kid. Khan Knipple is like that good kid that hangs around all the bad influence. He's just there. That's him. That's him, and that's probably what they thought of. And Brandon Miller's like he's a good kid. We just don't want him to go with the
Dark
bad
side.
influence. Yeah, with the bad influence. So that's what they said. They said they got rid of the bad influences in that locker room. Even though I don't think so. I thought they would looked all cool and they were all friends. They all jailed together. It's just the organization thought otherwise. But I give them a C. Because you did get back good players. Even though they probably didn't get back the full return of, say, a LaMelo Ball. Actually, you didn't. Let's be honest. You didn't get back
Hmm.
the full return. And Miles Bridges is still a good player. I think maybe the Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal is probably kind of where he's at. But you got back some good players and a lot of draft capital that you can use later down the line to maybe trade for a star player. Like you said earlier, you did resign Kobe White. And you drafted two good players in the draft with Steinbeck and Christian Anderson. So I think the Hornets actually did do a decent job. They might still be a loser because you just traded arguably, I don't even think it's arguably. I think you traded your best player in your franchise history, literally. Just trade him. Like, I think LaMelo Ball is the best player they ever drafted. Like, he's better than Kemba. Kemba was right there,
Yeah.
but he's better than Kemba. So
Hmm.
you just gave that up for basically not a lot. Let's see if this hate about to come out. The Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls did
Losers.
draft Caleb. I don't believe that. The Chicago Bulls drafted Caleb Wilson. Your guy Dylan Swain. They did sign Norman Powell in free agency, and they did trade for Nick Claxton. So, what grade do you give the Bulls this free agency? And are they winners or losers?
I give the Bulls a B. I ain't gonna lie. Signing Norman Powell, that was a
Thank
good
you.
pickup. Trading
Thank
for Nick Claxton, that was a good pickup. Drafting Caleb Wilson, that was a good pickup. Um, as far as winners and losers, I don't necessarily say that they're winners. But I'm not putting them in the loser category at all. They're right down the middle for me. I think that missing on that 15th pick, that was big. And then yeah, Son Norman Powell and Nick Claxton was good moves, but you guys didn't do anything to move y'all out of purgatory. They're still gonna be in that 9, 10, 11 range. So it's like I can't really call you guys winners, but I'm not losers either. So
I'm actually cool with that. You said that. I was actually surprised you said a B. Felt like you couldn't give them an F. Like that, if you gave them an F, that's just hating at this point. Like you're just hating. A D,
I ain't
I
home.
would have
My
said you.
AirPod died. You said what?
I said I'm actually cool with what you said. I said I'm like if you would have gave them an F, I'm like you're just hating at this point. If you would have gave them a D, I
No.
kind of understand it, but it's like why a C I would have been cool with, but you said a B. I was like wow, okay,
Yeah,
okay. We're moving
I
somewhere.
give
We're
him a
moving
B.
kind of in the right direction. We kind of moving in the right direction. We might be able
Cause
to.
I like the starting lineup. I like the starting lineup of Giddy, Norman Powell, Montez, Caleb, and Nick Claxton. I like that. I think that's solid.
Oh, it's definitely solid. It's definitely solid. I give the Bulls a B minus. I like Norman Powell. You needed a go-to scorer, so when it comes down to it, because before they traded him, man, it was looking a little yucky out there. It was looking a
Hmm.
little bad. I'm not gonna lie. Caleb Wilson, obviously, you can't mess that up, like you said a couple of weeks ago. You can't mess up that pick. Dylan Swain, it's still up in the air with him, but we will see. Nick Claxton, I like Nick Claxton as a big that can start. He's serviceable, and you still got Josh Giddey and Montes. Those were the two guys last year, your key guys. I like what the Bulls have done. I think they could be sneaky. Like it's crazy, but they could be sneaky playing team. They could low key be like the Hornets team. Maybe not as good as them, but kind of be like, okay, look at the Bulls. They're actually playing decent. They could be what the Hornets was last year. I think they win us. I think they winners. They made a lot of good moves this offseason, man. I think they made a lot of decent moves. Another team, let's go with the OKC Thunder. OKC Thunder traded Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. They did resign Isaiah Hartenstein. You drafted Dale Mara and the other two guys, Sturts and Awa, I think. If I mispronounced your name, my bad. And you did pick up the option for Luke Dort, though. So what grade would you give the Thunder this offseason? And are they winners or
Uh,
losers?
I give the Thunders like a B minus. I think we signed Hardenstein back, picking up Luke Dort's option. I think that was good, and then adding some size and some athleticism in through the draft. I think that was really good for them. Um, I don't want to necessarily that they're winners per se because like I told you, you can't win with the same team. But they added some more pieces. So, but like I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily call them winners. I think they right in the middle as well. I think they did what they had to do and they did what they needed to do. But they didn't really make any moves that put them over the top. Um, so yeah, I'm going down the middle. I don't think they're losers nor winners, but I give them a B minus.
Yeah, I'll say this next team after when I do this. So I would give them, honestly though, I give it probably like a C minus. I feel like you didn't really need to pick up a Lou Dort option. I think he's a good defender. He might be dirty. He might be, it is what it is. He did not play good last year. He did not play good. And he's making like close, I think it's like $17 million. I felt like you drafted good enough to have his replacement. AJ Mitchell could possibly would have been in the starting lineup. You would have lost some defense, but then you also get one of their best scorers in the starting lineup. Isaiah Hartenstein signing isn't bad. It just felt like when you have Jalen Williams who played good last year, and then you drafted Dale Mar, it's like, did you really need to resign Isaiah Hartenstein to a 3-year deal? I don't know. Maybe you could have thought about that more. Or at least you could have just picked up the option, but now you signed him to an extension again. So there's gonna probably be probably next offseason. You're gonna attempt to trade him again. You're gonna probably attempt to trade him. And then the rookies, they're good picks. I give them a C minus because I feel like they did some moves where I think they could have probably avoided because aren't you guys trying to not be in the second apron inning? You just like you've been talking about, you got three guys damn near gonna be making 50 plus mil. I feel like having other guys that you could help bring down that tax, well, that salary cap, I think you could have avoided that. I'm putting them in the middle because I don't think they're a winner or a loser, but I'm putting them in the middle. And speaking of what you said, so when we talk about the Knicks, then are the Knicks will be able to repeat because they're most likely going to bring back the same team
I don't think
because
they
all they
are.
did was replace Mitchell Robinson with Andre Drummond. That's all they done.
Uh, I don't think they are because now you got the Raptors and Kawhi in there. I think those guys can get them some really good go. Um, who else we got? And then the Sixers. I think the Sixers can get them some go now. The Cavs, depending on if Brian go there or not. If Brian goes there, they can get them some go. So I think they actually got teams in the East now that can compete with them.
But it's so hard, like a team like the Knicks and even the Thunder last year. It's like even though they did trade for Jared McCain at the trade deadline, it's like what move can you do that can put you back up to say where, hey, this team has a legit chance of repeating again. It's like what move can the Knicks do? And I think they are gonna bring back the same team. They probably re-signed Jordan Clarkson to another 1-year deal, maybe 2 years. But you did resign Landry Shamet. Miles McBride is still there. Andre
He
Drummond
said
is
he
not
could
a
have took more money and he decided
who
not to.
who.
Landry Shamet. He's tweaking. He said
You think
teams offered him more money. He decided to stay with the Knicks because he
you would
was
have left?
happy there.
You would have left?
Hell yeah!
What he
I
say?
got a ring and now I'm finna get my bread.
Hold on. He said for was it 4 years, 24 million? I think
Yeah,
it's
bro,
something like
that
that.
ain't nothing. That ain't nothing,
Let me see. Yeah, 4 years, 24 mil.
bro. That's nothing.
And he said teams could offer him more than that.
Bro, it's only $6 million a year. He said he could have got up to at least like 12 a year. Jay.
Ooh, I wonder where though. But it
Bro,
probably a bad team then.
I wouldn't have cared. I already got my ring. Now I'm getting my money.
So
you ain't been able to stick on the roster and make no real NBA money for a minute, dog. This was your one opportunity to get a payday. I would have took it.
So you're Landry Shamet. So you already like the Landry. Well, the players of the Landry
career too.
He that old?
He's towards the end of his career. The man had multiple surgeries, injuries, like.
So basically, the Landry Shamet is just like, man, look, I want to stay with y'all, man. This a great group of guys. You know, we could have a chance of repeating again, but man, I got my ring. I need to get that bag.
Yes, nigga. Yes. I did what I needed to do. I helped the team win. I played my role very well, and I accomplished the goal that everybody wants to accomplish. I won a ring. Now it's time for me to go get paid. Because, bro, he at the end of his career, he gets injured all the damn time. Like, why not? If a team is willing to overpay for you, go get that bread.
Landry Shamet he's gonna be 29. He ain't the end of his career.
Bro, he's towards the end of his career, bro. He's on the second half.
Are you talking about his career, but not the end? He's
on the second. He's on the second half of his career, bro. He's towards the end, bro. Like, go get that bag, bro.
He's only gonna make $5 million plus this year, so it goes up 5 million, 5.7, 6.2, then 6.6.
Yeah, bro. Nothing. He tweaking.
Mind you, it's New York too, so he really gonna be making what, like 2 mil?
Like 2 mil, bro. So you getting taxed on top, bro. I would have left and got my bread. I ain't gonna lie. I would have left.
Wonder what teams wanted him though.
That's a great question. I think he was on what's that podcast JJ used to do, the three
old man and the three.
Yeah, he was on there talking about it. He was saying he could have got more money from other teams, like 12 mil a year, but he decided to stay with the Knicks because they had a great group of guys and he loved being there with them. Bro, you tweaking. And then on top of that, a penthouse in New York, bro, that's your salary right there. That's legit your year's salary. If you want to live comfortably in New York. Unless you staying like on the outskirts of New York or something like that, in Jersey or something.
Or he got a regular apartment.
Boy, them apartments as big as my bathroom.
No facts. Bro, I ain't never seen your bathroom. But I would not be shocked if it is big. I would not be shocked. Hey, them apartments in New York be big. Bro, that's legit a cereal box. Legit a cereal box.
He tweaking, dog.
Bro, it's not even enough room in there to have a microwave. Literally. Bro. Boy, your power can go out just because you plugged your iPhone in the microwave in at the same time, dog. Like, bro, that's crazy. Bro, them apartments is so big. Bro, they so small, bro. Literally, all you could bring is probably a suitcase full of clothes, a microwave, maybe your gaming system, and that's it. That's it.
New York players probably don't even live in New York. They probably just live on the outskirts. On the outskirts of New York. And if they do live in New York, they got one of them $2, $3, $4 million penthouses or something.
You ever thought about like if you went to school in New York? It's like, how are you paying for this though? Like,
no,
especially like let's just say, like for me, if like when I got to my apartment when I was a junior in college, my mom was paying for my stuff. Bro, she probably would have been paying like $2,000 for one bedroom.
Just imagine what you're paying for in New York for half the size of that.
Would you ever move to New York?
No.
Oh, you don't want to live in a cereal box?
No. And then all them rats and stuff there, bro. They trash system is terrible. No. But the rats is as big as my hand, bro. Like no.
Hey, they be used to that though. You going, when you go
on the subway, they used to. I don't see how.
But they see it every day. They see it every day. Bro, a rat just walks by, they be like, it's just a rat. It's kind of like a bird. It's a bird.
That's Jerry. That's Jerry right there. Like, no.
It's like a bird. It's like, oh, Oh, okay, it's a bird. They just there. Then they just nah.
Mm-mm.
Hey,
I
man, they
visit New
should.
York though.
I've been to New York too. Let's talk about another team, the Philadelphia 76ers. You traded for Jalen Brown. You did draft LeBaron Philon. You did trade for not trade, but you did sign Anthony Simons. What grade do we give the Philadelphia Sixers this offseason? And are they winners and
Um,
losers?
they're definitely winners for sure. Getting Jalen Brown for the low, basically. And then Finals MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And then signing Anthony Simons to come off your bench. I definitely give them an A. I give them an A for sure. I think they did really well this off season.
They still got a lot of work to do with that bench, but I'm gonna give them an A too. You traded for the way better player, Jalen Brown. Anthony Simons is a good scorer, and you need another like point guard, I guess, off your bench. I think Feinline is there too with the point guard duties, but just the fact that you traded for Jalen Brown for basically nothing, that automatically makes you a winner in my eyes. The grade is it's definitely an A. Like the 76ers are up, and now even with Joel Embiid, maybe injury or whatever, people are still saying, hey, they could low key win the Eastern Conference, even though the uncertainty. I gotta give them a. I gotta give them an A. Maybe another couple of teams because a lot of teams really didn't like make moves, so it's really hard to give them like a grade or whatever. That's why I'm only picking like specific teams. I wouldn't say we didn't give our grade and I we don't have to do like are they a winner, but what grade would you give the John Morant trade? John Morant got traded for Jerry Grant, Chris Murray. What grade would you give for both sides?
Uh, for the Grizzlies, I think they did a solid job of getting off his books per se. I don't think they really got everything they could have gotten back for him, but to get him off your books and to start your rebuild, um, and then getting Cam Boozer, I probably get him like a C, a solid C. I think it was okay, but as far as Portland, I mean, yeah, you got a really good point guard for dirt cheap. So that was good, but the fit, I don't like the fit. So with that alone, I give them like I think I don't want to give them a D, but I don't think they deserve higher than a C. So I'm gonna go like a C minus because, like I said, the fit is nasty. Unless they plan on making more moves to rebuild that team around that. But as of right now, I'm giving it a C minus because, like I said, the fit is. I don't like the fit. The backcourt is too small. There's no defense. Um, and then you're taking away from the dynamic of Dame and what makes him great. And now this forces Drew Holiday to go to the bench, and now you're stunning the growth of your young players in Scoot and Shaden. So I, I didn't like it at all. But but getting job for dirt cheap, I give it a C minus,
So a C minus for the Blazers and what grade was it for the Grizzlies?
a C.
Also C period. Honestly though, I give it for the Grizzly side, I give it a we're being honest, I give it a D. Cause Chris Murray's the throw-in guy. I'm gonna give it I mean, Jeremy Grant for Ja, it's like it's Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is an okay player, but it's like, come on now, it's Jeremy Grant. So I mean, you didn't give up anything really to get him. Okay, I take it back. I give it C only because you didn't give up nothing on the Grizzly side. You didn't really give up anything to get him. Like, so you got back two okay players. I give it a C. And for the Blazers, C minus. I mean, it's a win. It's a low risk move. If Ja don't work out, hey, we can trade him again in the offseason. If it does work out, hey, we just got to steal for Ja Morant, and all we did was give up Jeremy
Mm,
Grant and Chris Murray. So it's nothing. You don't lose anything with that. So I'm gonna give it a C. I mean, the trade is but hey, he go wear number one.
I heard.
Yeah, you wear number one. You wear number one with the Blazers. And Dame said, "Hey man, let's get to work." They keep it Dame, brother. It's gonna be Dame and Ja in the backcourt. I know you ain't messing with that, but it's gonna be
I'm
Dame and
not
Ja in
messing
the
with that, bro.
backcourt. Okay, couple of more teams, then we can just talk about our top five, our early top five East and West teams, and then we can get out of here. The Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves did trade for your guy, LaMelo Ball. They did let go of Nas Reed. They let go of Mike Conley. They did trade Julius Randle away, and they did sign Io DeSumo back. What grade would you give the Minnesota Timberwolves, and are they winners and losers?
Oh,
Winners
they're
or losers?
winners for sure. They're definitely winners. And I get them boys an A. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm,
Trading for Lamelo, getting a dynamic point guard like that, who can not only set the floor for Ant, but also go out there and give you a 30 ball if need be. I thought that was really good for not only Ant, but for the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. You get another besides Cat, um, they get another dynamic score to pair with Anthony Edwards. So I give them an A for that trade for sure, for sure. And then signing back Io, I thought that was really big for them. Only thing that they're missing now is a four. That's literally the only thing they're missing now. But as far as the trade and the signings, I definitely give them an A, and they're definitely winners.
I give them a B. That front court depth still hurts. But bringing back Io and trading for LaMelo Ball definitely is real good for them. I know you lost Julius Randle and Nas Reed. That was your starting power forward, your backup center. But just getting in a dynamic point guard to play alongside with Ant in that backcourt, that's gonna be fun to watch. I give them a
Mm-hmm.
B, and they're definitely winners because you got one of the. I mean, you made one of the most surprising trades in offseason this summer. I give them a B, man. It's just that front court depth. It's a little shaky, but I think it was the right move. I truly do believe it's the right move. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about this. I forgot. What was your thoughts on Tyree Easton agreeing to the getting signed 5 years, 81 million from the Rockets?
Couldn't he even get him more? I could have sworn they offered him more before.
No, apparently they said he actually got more here than he did in the
Okay.
other one. Because okay, so it says that likely it said Houston made a significant offer during the negotiation. Sources said, but East's side wanted more guaranteed money in the deal. The sides couldn't reach an agreement on an extension before the deadline October, making Easton a restricted free agent and giving Houston the right to mesh. But I think they said he actually got more now than I think he did back then in October. I think I could be wrong, but what was your thoughts on that? Are Tariq getting paid?
Honestly, I thought I mean, having him back would definitely help, but
16 a year.
I thought they should have moved on from him only because he's a streaky shooter. He's good defensively. He's athletic. But you got too many wings over there. They got like a lot of wings and a lot of bodies over there still. So I thought they could have moved away from him and got something, either some draft compensation back, or they could have got something else to um in order to spread the floor and help them with 3 point shooting. So, but I'm not mad at it because he plays well with Ime under Ime, and he plays well and he plays decent when he gets ticked. So I ain't mad at it.
Well, they did sign obviously Marcus Smart and Bogdanovich. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
also, so like you said, they bringing in Bogan, another wing defender. I mean, not defender, but just another wing in general. I like the move. I like them resigning him. I thought he could have played better last year, but he didn't. He was kind of off a little bit, but he's still a good player. He's
Mm-hmm.
still a really good player. I'm not mad. 16 a year. I mean, 16 a year is really nothing. Like it's really not that much. So I'm cool with Tariq getting paid, man. Happy he got paid. And honestly, though, I feel like all these other teams made minimal moves. So I feel like we probably either they didn't really make like a lot of trades or signings, or they made minimal moves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we can move on now. So our last topic for today, we're gonna give our early East and West standings, our top five. Let's start with the East. So let's start in order. Let's start from five. We'll just go from five, talk about it, then we'll just go with the rest. So in the East, who do you have at number five?
Now you want to go first?
I'll go first. At number five, I got your Detroit Pistons. The only reason I got your Pistons is because I feel like John Collins, I know you don't like him, might be a little upgrade over Tobias Harris. You did bring in Isaiah Joe. You did bring him in. I still do think they need another second scorer. And Jalen Durant, he did have a bad playoffs. But if he does come back, I still think the Pistons are a good team. I truly do believe that they're still going to be a great defensive team. Are they going to be number one in the East again this year? I don't think so. That's just me. But I still think they could be a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference. I got your Detroit Pistons, man. They're still a really good team. They're still a
Yeah,
really
if
good team.
I got my Pistons as well. Like you said, they still are a good team, even though you didn't make any big signings or whatever like that. But adding Isaiah Joe, signing back Kevin Herter,
Oh
you
yeah,
still
forgot about
got
him.
Duncan Robinson. You know, you still got some shooting, and you add a little bit of shooting next to Cade. I still think they're gonna be a decent team, just not a top 3 team now, especially with the other acquisitions that came to the East. But I got 'em, I definitely got them top 5 team still.
At number 4, this is a little questionable. Well, not questionable, but it all depends. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We
It
probably
does
got the
depend
same
on
5.
it does depend on if LeBron does come back, but the Cavs, you did lose Dean Wade. I thought that was a big loss. Obviously, you still got Max, and they lost Keon Ellis. I know he didn't really play that much in the playoffs, but they did lose him too. You still got Dennis Schroeder, like you said, Jalen Tyson, Max Strus. You still got those guys, but you still have Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Mobley, and Jared Allen. That 4 is still good in the regular season, and in the playoffs, it might be a little iffy, but those still are 4 good players. The Cavs right now, unless they get LeBron James, they're number 4 in the East. I still got to respect probably one of the best backcourts in the NBA and one of the best front court lines in the NBA. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers at number 4.
Yeah, same. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers at 4. Like you said, even without LeBron, they still have a solid team, and solid bench. I think like you said, Donovan and James Harden, they can definitely carry this team throughout the regular season. And then on top of that, besides, like the top heavy teams in the East, they theoretically are fifth best team in that conference. So yeah, I got the Cavs at 4.
Yeah, we probably do got the same 5. But at
Yeah.
number 3, whew, Philadelphia 76ers.
Mm.
I know they did trade for Jalen Brown. You still got VJ. You still got Tyrese Maxey, all NBA third team player. And you got Joel Embiid, the question mark. But with those 4 and the looming decision of LeBron James, this team is stacked. This team is star studded. The benches still needs work. But as long as you got those 4 guys and potentially 5 with LeBron James, this team is still great. It does really depend on Joel Embiid if he can stay healthy. But with adding Jalen Brown to that mix, who's way better than Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey coming off of the career year, and VJ coming off one of the best rookie years in the league, I got to give the 76ers number 3, man. I got the Sixers at number 3.
Yeah, bro, we literally got the exact same placement and everything.
I know.
Yeah, mine is the Sixers as well. I think the only reason why I don't have them at 2 is literally because of Joel Embiid health. If Joel Embiid can stay healthy, I definitely would have put them. Um, I then probably would have put them either 2 or 1, to be honest with you. But with his health in question, and then the lack of bench depth that they have, I'm going 3 with the Sixers.
At number 2, OVO 6, Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard returns to the 6. I said it earlier. Kawhi Leonard, Scotty Barnes, Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen. But no, though, you bring back Kawhi Leonard. Scotty Barnes was an all-star, had a career last year. RJ Barrett was amazing in the playoffs. And man, Quigley didn't play, but he still is a really good player. Jakob coming off an injury riddle season, and that bench is really good. Just adding Kawhi Leonard on the team when you didn't give up nobody with a stacked team, probably could arguably say it's probably gonna be the best defensive team in the league. I gotta put the Raptors at number 2, man. This team is so stacked, and I'm super excited to watch them this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to watch them. I got the Toronto Raptors at number 2.
Yeah, I got the Raptors at 2 as well. Only reason why I didn't put them 1 is because I can't disrespect the champions like that. But like you said, with the acquisition of Kawhi Leonard and then Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, defensively they're going to be really great. And then they have a closer in Kawhi. They got the shooting with Emmanuel quickly, and then RJ shot the ball really well last year. And then like you said, they got a deep bench. And then they just drafted another 6'8" rookie. So they got a bunch of size on that team. So I like what the Raptors are doing over there. And then they have a defensive minded coach. So I think the Raptors are gonna be really good this year. So I got them at number two.
And then number one, we got the same team. We got the same order. We got the New York Knicks. They are the
Hmm.
champions. We have to respect them. You still got the Finals MVP and Jalen Brunson. You still got Cat, one of the best centers in the league. Mikhail, OG, Josh Hart, one of the best wing defender tandems in the league. And their bench is still good. You got to respect the New York Knicks. I mean, we have no choice but to put the Knicks at number one. So I got the New York Knicks at number one. Let's talk about it now. Maybe this West one might be different. Let's start with number 5 for the Western Conference. I ain't gonna lie. I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers at number 5, man. Look, I know you lost LeBron James a lot, and they lost Rui, you lost Luke Kennard. But they did bring in some guys, overpaid guys, but they still some decent players. With Mamu, Walker Kessler, great defense, really good defensive big man, and a live threat. Quentin Grimes and College Sexton off the bench, and you resigned Austin Reeves. You drafted Cameron Carr, who looks really good in the first 2 Summer League games. I think the Lakers could be, it's early, but I think they could be a 5th seed, that 5th best team in the Western Conference, as long as Luka Doncic is healthy. And like you told me last week, Austin Reeves take the next step. I believe they could be the 5th team in the West. I got the Lakers at number 5.
At five, I got the Houston Rockets. I think with KD being
Mm.
there another year of development from a man Thompson, Fred coming back healthy. I really like this not Warriors, Rockets team. And then Sanitari Easton back, and then Steven Adams is gonna come back healthy next year. So I like this Rockets
Excellent.
team, man. I think the team chemistry is gonna get better. I think with Fred being there, that's gonna tie them all in together as well. So I got the Rockets at number five.
Fred's gonna make a difference. No cap. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
make a difference. I
It's
think
gonna make a
he's gonna
big
make a
difference.
big difference. I think he's gonna make a
Mm-hmm.
big difference, bro. And number 4, I don't know if they should be here, but I guess I gotta put him here. I got the Denver Nuggets. You still got Nikola Jokic. You still got Jamal Murray. Christian Braun was bad last year, but it is what it is. Aaron Gordon been hurt a lot, but he's still a really good role player. And you got Nikola Jokic, the best player in the NBA, in my opinion. You can argue it. It is what it is. That bench is still a little iffy. I think they got to work on that. But you have Nikola Jokic. If Jamal Murray can put up similar numbers like he did with his career year last year, was an all-star for the first time, and Nikola Jokic probably averages another triple-double again, the Nuggets are still going to be a team to beat. You still got to worry about them, and you just got to worry about Nikola Jokic. So I got the Denver Nuggets at number 4.
At four, I got the Golden State Warriors. Even without
Oh.
LeBron being there, I think that last year, if everyone was able to stay healthy, I think they would have been a top five team. But like I said, even without LeBron being there, having Steph, Jimmy when he gets back, Draymond, Porzingis, Yaxel, who they just drafted, I think is going to play really well for them. And then signing D'Anthony Melton. I really like this team. I honestly do. And then if they get LeBron, that just helps their case even more to be a top four team.
Mm,
So I got the Warriors at four.
was not expecting that. I messed with it though. I was not expecting that. At number 3, I got your Minnesota Timberwolves. LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert is still there protecting the rim. Jaden McDaniels, we're both expecting to take that leap this year offensively. You did bring back Io. Hey, this Timberwolves team is going to be real nice. They're going to be real nice and going to be battling for that Western Conference crown again like they did 2 years ago. Well, back-to-back years. They're gonna be fighting for it. But, man, this backcourt is a lot. I like what the Timberwolves have done. I think right now they are the 3rd best team in the Western Conference, depending on moves from other teams. But this Timberwolves team is really good. I got the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 3.
At three, I got the Denver Nuggets. I
Mm,
think
whoa. Oh.
you know, like you said, Jokic is one of the best, if not the best player in the league right now. And then having Jamal Murray coming off that career year, which I think he can replicate. And then having Cam Johnson in that system for another year, I think he's going to be more comfortable because I think that was low key the missing part that they missed all year. He wasn't really consistent all year. I think coming into this next year, he's going to be more consistent. I think even though they don't have Peyton Watson uh, signed back on their roster, I think even without him, they're still going to be a really good team and very hard to beat. Hopefully Aaron Gordon can stay healthy all season, but when everyone's healthy, they're definitely a top three team. So and even with Aaron Gordon being injured all last year, they were still a top three team. So I can't disrespect the Nuggets. I got the Nuggets at number three.
Mm. At number two, I got the OKC Thunder. I know they did lose to the Spurs. They did drive some good players. I still gotta respect Shea Gildrich, back-to-back MVP. J-Dub was hurt, but he's still a really good player. I know Chet wet the bed in the conference finals. I know he did, but man, he's still a decent player, bro. And their bench is still good. I gotta respect them, bro. They still stack. As long as SGA is healthy, which he always is, and you got the big three in general, I gotta respect OKC, bro. I got OKC at number two, man. Like, it's the Thunder, bro. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I got OKC at number two as well. Like you said, they got J Dub, even though he was injured all last year. He's gonna be back healthy. Chet's re-signing Hardenstein, getting to see the rookie and then Bird play next year. I think they're gonna be solid in the front court and then AJ Mitchell coming back. I think they're still gonna be definitely a top two team in the Western Conference. So I got the OKC at number two.
So we got the same team at number one.
Yep, San Antonio Spurs, baby.
The San Antonio Spurs at number one. Look, I've already said Wemby top three in the league. Nobody ain't gonna change my mind on that. Wherever you want to put them, that's up to people. The Spurs with Wemby, I know De'Aaron Fox was bad in that finals, but with Dylan Harper coming into year two, Stephon Castle going into year three, Wemby going into year four, and they added depth to this team. The role players have been great. How can we not put the San Antonio Spurs? And they're the Western Conference defending champs. How can I not put them as number one in the Western Conference? It's
Hmm.
really not so much to talk about them. It's like the Spurs are number one. Easily. The Spurs are number one. All right, let's just read off these teams and then we can go. So for my top five early Eastern Conference teams, I have the Detroit Pistons at number five. I have the Cleveland Cavaliers at number four. I have the Philadelphia 76ers at number three. I have the Toronto Raptors at number two. And at number one, I have the NBA defending champions, New York Knicks.
Yeah, number five, we got the Detroit Pistons. At number four, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. At three, we have I have damn, who did I have at three?
The
We had the same.
Philadelphia
Philly
76ers.
76ers. And then at number two, we got the Toronto Raptors. And then at number one, we got the New York Knicks.
Our top five early Western Conference teams. At number five, I got the Los Angeles Lakers. At number four, I got the Denver Nuggets. At number three, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number two, I got the OKC Thunder. And at number one, I got the San Antonio Spurs.
At five, I got the Houston Rockets. At four, I got the Golden State Warriors. At three, I got the Denver Nuggets. At two, I got the OKC Thunder. And then at one, I got the San Antonio Spurs.
No Timberwolves. I'm shocked at this. I'm shocked they're not even at least at five. They must be like, say, six, I guess,
Yeah.
if we did it.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. Well, that's it for us, guys. We did a Monday show because we have stuff to do, so there will not be a podcast on Thursday. Charles is gonna go somewhere and have the time of his life. Congrats, shout out to him. But that's it for us.
Pray they don't kidnap me in Jamaica, man.
Hey, you better fight back.
Shit, I can't do nothing if I'm getting jumped.
You better kick them in the
In the
midsection.
Yeah.
in the
And the
men's section.
cocainas
The coconuts.
and the hoo ha.
Oh, not the hoo-ah. Not the hoo-ah. But no, no, that's it for us. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on all our social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to hear me and Charles yap for 2 hours on audio versions, we are also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Again, shout out to everybody that showed up. We had 25 people today on a Monday afternoon. It's a great podcast show. Like I said, we will not be here Thursday, but we will be back next Thursday, where it's going to be way more Summer League games, and we will obviously discuss the AJ DeBonsa and the Darren Peterson duel. Charles going to be watching it in Jamaica.
Yeah, I ain't got no choice.
But now, though, we will see you guys next Thursday. See you guys later. Peace out.